Thank you for verifying. The light turned on, so I assumed it was on and functional. Yes, hi chat.
Hello.
Whoever may be there. So, God, it's weird to see something not in dark mode. Because I have
You've got everything on dark mode,
literally
too.
everything in dark mode.
And, like, it's so much easier on my eyes. We had this conversation about how we both hated that Facebook
Doesn't do dark.
And then literally 2 weeks after we had the conversation.
It was like dark mode's available, and I was like, thank God.
Well, yeah, because having every other window and browser, like your browser windows be in dark mode.
And then it's like, boom, light mode, and you're like, oh my eyeballs.
Like,
the searing, it burns. Yes, it does burn.
Yeah.
It's very uncomfortable, and I'm not a fan.
Yeah, no thank you.
Yeah. I'm like,
I can only turn the brightness on my phone down so much.
So far.
And, like, so I know that everyone, like, craps on the iPhone 3, but they have the accessibility feature a lot more accessible. So you could, like, put it in, like, you could reverse the colors and then put it in grayscale. That was my trick. But, yeah. So. We're lurking in the chat. Everybody here?
Maybe.
Who
Also,
knows?
it's just 11 o'clock on a Saturday. If anybody knows me, I would not be awake, so.
Did he misspell my name?
Probably.
He did. In Discord. That's funny. Yeah, you swapped the A and the second I. I think it's funny.
He tries.
Yeah, it's not like at work where they tried to write like Maria and then they crossed my name out. And they're like, oh no wait, that's not how we spell it.
That's not right.
That's not the spelling for this name.
Sorry, I was just trying to turn up the audio on that mic.
No worries.
Because it's a little quiet to start with.
Yes.
Also because I don't know if anyone's around right now. Oh, I should turn the audio that I'm currently listening to off. I can hear the stream in this.
Is it disconcerting?
A little bit, yes, because it's delayed. Because remember these cameras have the weird capture rate?
Yeah.
So everything's turned down, or everything is like almost 2 minutes late.
That's like when D&D with the other group that I played with, when Alex is DMing, I have to mute his mic because I can hear him
in the back.
To my right.
Yeah.
Literally sitting to my right, so that when he comes through like 30 seconds later, it's just, the overlap is unpleasant.
Yeah.
Hey, Scott Fry.
Hey,
Hello!
Scott Fry. So yeah, I honestly just wanted to have an excuse to have someone over now that we are allowed to.
Mm-hmm. But still kind of social being safety precaution-y.
So yeah, we're
Especially since yours actually doesn't, you've got it figured out. I haven't gotten that whole glasses fog thing figured out.
No, neither.
And so I only wear it as long as I have to, because I'm like,
To be fair, I hate the paper masks for that reason, because I can't get them to sit properly on my face, and I just want to like claw it off.
I know someone was talking in Chewy's Discord about how they've done a thing with pipe cleaners to get that to not happen.
So you run like a pipe cleaner through the nose bridge of the mask. The one that I was talking about actually is wired already. It just is not.
But it's not fully. So like,
it's just like right over the tip of the nose.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you get like an inch on either side of your nose, but like the rest of it's not.
See, that's usually where I get the issue, is just right at the nose where that's where it starts and then spreads to the rest of my glasses.
I get it just full thing, so.
But yeah, our thing was just, hey, let's do a recipe that we can technically do a whole bunch of things with, and is relatively low maintenance, so we don't actually have to be focusing and maintaining it a lot.
It's not like we're trying to cook sugar or anything.
Yeah, or even just like stirring a soup. It's just throw together. We're making cinnamon rolls, sort of. So it's throw together a dough, let it sit for like an hour, do a thing, let it sit for another like 45 minutes, and then do the thing.
Yep, pretty straightforward.
And then we can break it down into a couple of different things, because we're gonna do a cinnamon sugar. What was yours?
So mine is chocolate, orange, and cardamom filled buns.
And then the other one we're doing is sort of like a citrus ginger thing, which technically calls for fresh ginger and crystallized, but I could only get crystallized, so hey, it's just going to be sweet.
Oh, I wish I had known. I would have brought ginger with me.
I didn't think about it, and it was just like, worst case.
It happens.
And also, worst case, for some reason, I grabbed desiccated and slightly crystallized pineapple. I was like, I'm going to throw that in too.
I'll skip it then. We're not gonna kill Miriam on stream.
No, we're not. But yeah.
So yeah.
Hey, Lording Death, how are you doing?
We are doing cinnamon rolls, but we're kind of proving how a cinnamon roll dough is pretty versatile since it's literally just an enriched yeasted dough.
Yup.
And you can fill it with a whole bunch of fun stuff and get lots of different things. And then depending on how you actually shape the dough, you also get different things too.
I guess technically the ring, the other one can be done as a ring, but I think we're probably just gonna do all of them as cinnamon rolls.
Oh yeah,
just 'cause
that's
it's
easier. It's not like we're making the like Swedish knots where you have to like twist them in a really weird way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking
Too much effort.
Probably a double recipe to do all of them, you think?
Yeah, I think so. That should be fun.
Okay.
Let's see.
So our base recipe makes 12 cinnamon rolls, but we're doing it split into like 3 separate kinds, so figure that means 8 per, so.
Yeah, that should be good. Doubling would be good.
Is that good, Haley?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you not want to know this?
I just 3's a lot in that space.
I feel like we're going to end up rotating out of this space often.
This is
so
true.
That's why.
Also, I don't feel very entertaining today. So.
Okay, that's fair.
Then you shall reap the joys of our labor.
Yes, because last weekend I made donuts.
Yes.
Ooh.
We still have some, I think.
No, we don't.
Oh, we don't?
Those were polished off very quickly.
Okay.
I think
But-
you'll like these. Dark chocolate, orange, and cardamom.
Yeah.
If you feel like it, I would still like to have you around just like
Yeah.
to talk to.
Yeah. I made sour cream donuts.
Ooh.
They were delicious.
They turn out great? Nice.
First question. Do we want to use real milk or soy milk for the...
Cinnamon
Because we
rolls?
need a cup of warm milk for basically proofing the yeast,
Mm-hmm.
or waking it up.
I care less.
I know you don't.
Honestly,
also
I
don't,
think
so that's why I'm asking someone else to make the decision.
Let's go ahead and do regular milk.
Okay.
Should be fine. Yeah. Apparently I'm still trailing threads.
Wake it up inside, outside, yes, 10th.
This is a Saturday morning, so don't expect too much.
Oh, yeah.
And
The entire point is that we can all be lazy bastards and
Yeah.
very slowly make this and socialize in the meantime.
yeah, so Steven told me that they were up real late playing, what was it? Valorant
It's
on
the new
stream.
Riot thing.
Ah,
It's annoyingly good.
nothing wrong with that.
I'm
So
gonna
just, like-
get in this drawer really quick.
But yeah, staying up till like 2 a.m. streaming, so
Just dropped a racquetball on my foot.
At least it was the racquetball.
I feel like the Kong would hurt worse if it got dropped
It
on your
does
foot.
hurt worse.
It hurts much worse, yes.
There we go. But yeah, I stayed up till 2 making an apron because I have no life.
Also, because with frilly apron, and I went, ooh, I should do that too. And then went, ooh, as I was pulling it out.
Yeah.
Instead of the one from last time, because
Yeah. The
I
polka
feel
dot
like
one.
I feel like it's garish in a way that matches the dress I'm already wearing. It's garish.
I've got cat print. I have a cat print apron now, so I'm real happy.
Did I tell you what I tacitly, I don't want to say threatened. I almost made the very bad decision of doing based on the input of chat from last night. So,
I realize they can't see when I raise my eyebrow because
yeah.
weird manners might like go on as an eyebrow raise.
I don't think I'd actually decided on it. So it was just like pick one of them.
Mhm.
But since all of them were generally around the same color, this plus, because I forgot about this apron, my polka dot one, I'm going like, oh, that's just going to be garish. Might as well lean into it and remember that I have horrible colored lipstick in there that I've never worn that is really bad because it's blue.
That might be a little much
Yes,
for
I
a
know.
Saturday morning.
I know. That's why I was like, I'm not actually doing that. That's a terrible idea.
Judging by Haley's face, Haley agrees.
Oh, yeah.
That
No.
was just like.
I'm agreeing. I'm saying it's a very bad idea.
Forgot I
To be fair, I tend to walk into Walgreens and I stare at the lipsticks and go, do I dare go anything other than red? Occasionally the answer is yes, but then I don't wear makeup that often, so. Yeah, so
Requires, actually learning how to use it.
it really does kind of come in time.
Well, that and, actually going and looking at people who teach people how to use it.
There's lots of YouTube videos.
I know, I just don't do any of that because I'm lazy. Or lazy's the right. I don't have the right one.
Not motivated to?
Yes. No. No.
It just requires effort that I find entirely unnecessary.
This is true. So this is...
Sarah Jane?
Hello!
Uh,
Oh, for where are we looking?
Today, warm milk.
Yep. 2 tablespoons of yeast to the warm milk.
Okay.
Stir and let it proof for 5 minutes until it becomes foamy.
Foamy, you say?
Foamy. Is our butter softened?
That would be smart. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, right, I forgot that we keep butter in there now, too.
Baking at home for work, I've just had a stash of stock butter.
That's
How much do
clever.
you need?
That is not. That is for the cookies
Oh,
from
I'm wrong
we're
then.
not making. Yeah, 12 tablespoons melted.
Oh, weird. Okay. Thank you.
Wait, evening? It's. The latest it can be for any of you is like
7
1.
o'clock?
No. Sarah Jane and Odinson, because like Sarah Jane's in Minnesota and Odinson's in fucking Massachusetts.
Oh, yeah.
It's like max 1.
It's not that late. It's like... It's morning for us. It's mid-afternoon for you. Okay, so 12 tablespoons melted.
Where did I move these?
Is my bag on at all?
Oh, did you not find this yeast?
No, I didn't. I'm sorry, I'm blind. Thank you. I stared at it and I just couldn't see it. It's just the rule. I don't know why. It's just.
So I totally just dropped butter on this. Oh, the rule of paper recipes. That'll stay nice for...
I did just please at the place.
happens when you just have a random binder that doesn't get cleaned. When they stick together.
Yeah,
True. Just did not wipe them down.
Okay, apparently
It's not that hard. It's not that hard to wipe things down when you're done with them, but
I
it was.
also have a command hook that I hook the clipboard on that holds the recipe. So
in theory, we have that too. It's just we didn't have that many places to hang it, and with like 4 people in one kitchen, we just run out of places.
Melt and butter. Wash my hands real quick. They're a bit buttery.
Just a bit, but
Just a bit buttery.
just a bit butter. It's evening somewhere, I guess.
Theoretically, but
When is not evening?
when is afternoon?
Yeah,
It's not even tea time.
the whole 10 a.m. in the morning.
It's not even tea time, y'all.
The fun of doing a hurry up and wait recipe.
I mean, we could do the thing where we do way too many things at once.
I really aggressively tried to not do that this time.
I think of our gingerbread cookies where we just got... That was really fun.
It was.
That
It was
fun.
also stupid, but it was very fun.
Yeah. I don't think it's 5 o'clock somewhere at Lord Inkta.
I mean, it is actually, but...
Is it? Oh,
That was some unholy hell you have unleashed.
it was already softened and I covered it, so it wouldn't go too unholy hellish.
Yes, and then it escaped.
And then it went goodbye.
Apparently it chose to go on holy hell. So let's let this cool a little bit. So it doesn't burn the crap out of everything.
Yep. I mean, we got like 5 minutes to kill anyway while the yeast blooms,
Let me read all
awakens,
this.
whatever the hell you want to call it. Okay.
I mean, if we want to be all like, it's awakened, we could, but...
I'm actively trying to do less horrible things with my voice, but sure, we can do that.
Oh, then I will do all the horrible things with my voice because...
Miriam will be like, I will do it all for us.
I just meant because I've been slowly trying to make a conscious effort to learn less
Like...
this speech patterns, I guess.
Ah, gotcha. I have no shame and will do anything weird with my voice because it makes
It's not a shame thing. It's trying to...
Oh no, I'm just talking about how I don't
Oh.
care if it sounds ridiculous for me.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
I don't care. Yeah. Honestly, I need to figure out more, like activation phrases for getting into certain voices. I don't... That's not the right word for it, but basically it's the sentence you say to get yourself into a voice.
so like the way, a certain way you might pronounce vowel sounds and R's tends
Yeah.
to be a really good starting place.
Like, the one that I always reference back to is someone from generally associated with Loading Ready Run had a thing for getting back into their Boston accent, which was just saying,
I parked the...
it was just, I need to ask for a straw. And just doing that was like their Boston accent.
Weirdly enough, Southern one. Oh, bless your sweetheart. Bless your heart.
I don't know if I can do a Southern one on purpose.
Well,
I wish I knew. I apparently used to be able to do a good British one as a kid, and I don't know how I lost it.
the funny thing is though with like the Southern
how I
accent,
acted it.
Use?
No, because I used it for like every audition. It's just that I don't know what I did to get into it.
I don't know, maybe that's with kids, they hear and they pair it. They tend to pair it really, really well. So maybe the more you thought about it, the harder it got.
It was just a thing I forgot about at some point, I guess, and just didn't remember how to do.
The weird one the accent that I've still not managed to come anywhere near close to doing is the Australian accent.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, it's flat and it's broad.
And there's also a bunch of them, and they're just slightly different.
Yeah, depending on where you're from. Though that can be said of the American Southern accent.
Oh my god.
Because depending on where you are in the South, like, you can get a very, like, sharp, twangy, real sharp, real, like,
Yeah.
pointed, precise kind of thing. Or you can get something that's a bit slower, like you're kind of tracking your feet through mud and molasses as you go.
Oliver. Sorry, I don't know if this is visible, but he keeps coming back with the racquetball. Coming like, look at my racquetball. Play with it.
Very nice racquetball. Great. There you go. Got it? Alright, so...
It's starting to foam, so...
That's good. That's nice and foamy.
Woo, yep, there's the yeast smell.
Did you disturb the foam?
No, I leaned over the bowl and was like, oh, yes, there's the yeast smell.
Yum.
Oliver, get out. You're not making
So,
space.
sugar, butter, eggs, vanilla, flour, salt, cinnamon. Okay. Basically everything but flour, salt, and cinnamon.
Okay.
And then peanuts. So
I'm trying to remember what this method is. Then again, I never remember yeasted methods to save my life, so...
nah.
Yeah. Cosmo, why are you licking your lip? Get out, both of you. Do you want to join us?
Can I?
Sit.
A pocket. Did I text you the recipe originally?
I don't think so.
No, I think I did because it was your chat. Yes, here it is.
Oh, then I completely missed.
The chocolate cardamom morning roll, so I can have it on my phone.
Sit. Cosmo, sit.
Yum.
What now?
It's kind of weird. Dark chocolate and orange is delightful, and then cardamom is very, like, floral, but without being, like, aggressively floral, like you would get from, like, a rose.
Yeah.
So,
Isn't it a rose?
cardamom, it's a seed pods.
Yeah, but isn't it in the same way that technically an apple is a rose?
I don't know. Hang on. Cardamom.
Let's ask Google.
Let's ask dear friend Google. See.
He's not sowing any chaos. It's beautiful.
It's not his, like, automatic state of nature.
What, chaos?
Yeah.
Well, he did just burp at the counter, but...
No, it actually resembles more like physically, it looks like more like a orchid.
I just mean, like, botanically, is it an orchid? Oh, that is definitely an orchid.
That is very much an orchid. Like, it's, well, I mean...
Vanilla's also an orchid.
Yes, it is. Wait,
Yeah,
but it probably isn't,
okay.
because vanilla's the only orchid that we eat. So maybe it's not?
No, the flowers look like orchids, but it's kind of like a bromelia. The leaves themselves look more like bromeliad leaves.
But I mean, botanically, what does it belong to? Because
family, flowering plants. Oh, it's in the lily family and ginger family.
Ah, okay.
So it's
Turns out a lot of things we eat are lilies, because so are onions and garlic and shallots. Actually, wait, shallots aren't.
Zingiber is the family, is the genus.
Yeah,
Rhizomatic species.
Yeah, a lot of stuff that we eat are either lilies or roses. It's very strange.
Or poisonous, but only partially. Or parts of the plant are poisonous.
Or it's been bred out, but yeah.
Yeah. Potatoes.
And rhubarb.
Mm-hmm.
And tomatoes.
Yep.
And there's probably more than I'm
The
forgetting.
nightshade family.
I think rhubarb's in the nightshade family. It's just that the leaves have a toxin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What is it? It's starch.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not cassava, is it?
No, because cassava is used for removing. No, that's arrowroot. Was used for removing poison.
No, there's a certain type of starch that is commonly eaten all over the world, but if you eat the starch raw, it's very toxic.
Get out.
So instead, you cook it down, and then it becomes palatable.
Oh, okay.
But I have absolutely no idea what it is. I can't remember what it is.
I know what you're talking about, Miriam, and I can't remember it either.
It's gonna drive me crazy.
But I know what you're talking about.
Ooh, good job, down, Cosmo.
Oh well. I'll figure it out eventually, and then I will randomly text either Cap or Haley and be like, "It's this! It's this thing!" Or all of a sudden interject in chat one day with like, and you won't know what I'm talking about, and only the people who are there.
Yeah. Wait, I need 4 eggs, don't I?
4. Yep, 4 eggs. Room temperature.
Ah, we'll live. The butter's a little bit warm anyway.
Yeah.
It'll be close enough.
Yeah. I mean, if we're feeling really picky, we can fill a glass with warm water and put eggs in there and let it like sit for 30, 45 seconds. It's less of a big deal.
Yeah. Honestly, like the thing with room temperature eggs has long been Cosmo, get out. Has just long been that some mixers couldn't handle it. And modern mixers do not give a fuck.
Modern mixers like Honey Badger do not give a Sorry, I don't know why that popped into my head, but it did. Oh my goodness.
Because you wanted to break out that 10-plus-year-old meme?
It's not. It's like 5 years old because it was when we were in when we were in college.
No, that was when we were in high school.
Whoa. Apparently, I don't know how time works anymore.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Welcome to this household.
The world. I don't even know how time works.
Okay, what else needs to go in this?
So we've
at this
got
part?
sugar, butter, eggs, vanilla.
Salt? No salt?
Nope, salt goes in with the flour and cinnamon.
Okay.
Yeah. So that it gives a chance for the yeast. Whoa, that is some happy looking yeast.
Yes, very happy.
That is some happy yeast. Oh my goodness.
Where did the whisk go? Damn it. It's gonna be in like... It's not where I was expecting.
I don't know why, but I always find like yeasted dough so magical. Because it's a living
Because it starts out
organism.
as like a yeasted beast and then just eventually turns into a liquid and an actual thing.
Oh, yeah.
How much vanilla?
Vanilla, it calls for, I want to say 2 teaspoons. Oh, one of my favorite smells. I'm gonna say if we slowly stream in the butter.
You're not measuring it?
I don't measure vanilla, no. Look, I can eyeball vanilla. I'm doing this long enough that I can actually eyeball vanilla.
Our butter's still pretty warm, but if we stream it in slow...
I'm trying to do it slow, but it's still a liquidized fat, so it doesn't do slow when
Nope.
it can help it.
That, and since it's being poured from a bowl rather than something with a pour spout, it has to, like...
Yeah.
do a little extra work. Yeah.
Where's your sense of adventure?
Apparently not here.
If the sense of adventure is butter all over the floor, then...
I mean, they would be very excited about that.
They would, and then we have to deal with the results.
No, I'm not saying it's a good idea. I'm just saying.
Oh, did I tell you that I melted a bucket in my last couple of weeks at my old job? With hot oil in it?
No.
Oh, good.
Oh, story time!
Here, while you're telling the story then, I will...
Alright, so this is, the amount of flour that it's going to need
Mm-hmm.
is going to be 8 to 9 cups.
Okay.
Story time. In the last 2 weeks at my old job, I was training a new person to
Oh my god, they hired a new person?
They did.
They kind of had to.
You'd
Yeah.
think that, but they needed to hire a person like several times.
Theoretically, they
past.
should have hired 2 people to do the job that I do.
Yeah.
Because I am crazy. But anyways, I'm training this new person, and I'm showing her how to empty the fryer. It's not too crazy. But she asks me a question in the middle of me getting set up, which is a really bad way for me to get
Is that one?
distracted.
Where's this one powdered sugar?
The lower one.
So anyways, I've turned on the fryer because you kind of have to melt. It's when it's solid shortening, you really want to melt it before you start clearing it out of the fryer.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, let's just turn it up to 100, get up to 160, and then we'll turn it off, let it the heat kind of dissipate through, melt the rest of the shortening, and then turn it off. Because I got asked in the middle of what I was doing, I did not turn it off.
Ooh.
So the first 2 bucketfuls of hot oil were fine. It was that third bucketful that caused the problem. Because I'm looking, as I'm emptying out, looking at the seam of the plastic bucket that I'm using,
Uh-oh.
and the bottom seam around the pail, it's starting to bulge. And I'm like, nah, that's fine. This is gonna be okay. And then it wasn't. Literally, it
Can we steal that flour? Is that what you're putting it
it literally popped a hole in the side, and oil was everywhere. And this was like maybe a 3-gallon bucket.
How many times was that?
That was 4. You are so dumb.
Real fun. So, pay attention to what you're doing, and you will not have oil all over the floor. Fun.
It wasn't boiling yet.
It wasn't, but did you know shop towels are made with lots of plastic? So that they actually melt?
Yeah.
Some of them are, yes.
I didn't realize that.
Fiber ones are.
Yeah, I
They
melted
use
shop
them as
towels.
handles.
Yeah. So, things to know. Buckets. I even took a picture because I thought it was funny.
Good job.
Well, I've been there for almost 3 years and I hadn't melted a bucket ever.
Good lord, has it actually been 3 years?
It was 2.5 years.
I know how time works.
You've been out of there for like good couple of years too.
realized that, yeah. It
Yeah.
was weird. Okay.
For your own
that's
sanity.
8.
Okay, so let us also add in the salts. And do we want to add cinnamon to the dough or just... Because it calls for cinnamon in the dough, doesn't need...
It's going
to have cinnamon in the filling.
Yeah, I think we're okay with that cinnamon.
Right.
Okay. So 2 teaspoons of sea salt, and then do you want to make sure that it's
Yeah.
dough hook? I just want to make sure.
Yeah. Because sometimes it calls for...
Paddle and then dough hook.
Yep. Yep, use a dough hook to stir until combined.
Okay.
The paddle is really good if you're impatient.
Yeah, but then you also end up with like not as good a texture.
Yeah, because while it's really well incorporated, you've kind of screwed up the building of gluten.
Yeah.
So.
I'm gonna loop it around over to there. So it's easier to attach. It's never enough vanilla. You're not wrong, but that's also not necessarily something we should encourage.
It's an expensive ingredient. You don't want to be too wasteful.
Yeah.
I'm going to start it kind of low until it starts to combine, just so it doesn't throw flour everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's fun. So yeah, we're just going to let that go, and if it needs more flour, we add more flour.
We continue with the policy of hurry up and wait.
Yep.
Yeah, that's probably a better start.
Oh, it's like you should use the shield that prevents the thing.
Kind of. It tries. It does its best.
I would disagree. I would disagree that there sometimes is enough vanilla.
Yeah. It's a hard barrier to hit, but there is too much vanilla. Ooh, I think it's come together already.
That's working. I know my brushes. I don't think we add any more flour.
No. I'm just gonna be here now controlling this dough.
Fair enough. So, what it's calling for is you want the dough to come together into a large ball, not too sticky. You just want it slightly tacky, but not so sticky that you touch it and you can't pull your hand away. So now we wait. So it needs for 5 minutes. Does your mixer have a tendency to try to hurl itself off the counter?
What?
Does your mixer have a tendency to hurl itself off the counter?
When it's doing something with this much dough and like this strong dough, yes.
Yeah, mine does too. I have to stand there and
Yeah.
keep a hand on it.
It's the downside of like modern mixers are very strong. They're not necessarily heavy enough to, or they're also really top heavy.
Yeah.
Is the root issue, but yeah.
So it'll shake itself off the counter if you're not careful. Don't just walk away and leave your mixer unattended. Because that's dangerous. That is an angry noise.
Yeah. It doesn't want to go above a certain speed.
You're trying to make a nice dough there.
There we go. That's the speed. That's the speed it's okay with running.
It's like saying, no, I don't wanna.
Yeah.
No.
It's not good to run your mixer higher than it wants to be.
No, if it smells like it's burning, you're doing something wrong. Ooh, Odin's son.
Ooh, speaking of which, that's actually what it's doing. So I think it's time to start kneading it by hand.
That sounds delightful. He recently bought some ice cream, Turkey Hill limited edition bourbon brown sugar vanilla with a cookie crumb swirl.
Ooh.
That sounds delightful.
It does sound delightful.
Oh my god, that just sounds really, really good.
For the sake of sanity, how do you feel about splitting it into 3 right now?
Oh,
then we
that
each-
would be so much easier.
And then we just each need a chunk?
Perfect.
Well, not you, because I know you don't want to. But...
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Okay.
Cool.
I'm glad you decided to stop torturing that mixer.
Like, it did the beginning work.
Yeah, but otherwise, it's time for our morning workouts. We're gonna knead dough. It's good for you.
I'm going to take my ring off before I lose it.
No nail polish, no rings, so I'm
I
good.
do have nail polish. Oh well.
You'll be
Will
fine.
live. It's relatively fresh.
I actually remember to paint my toenails this week.
I should do that again. I haven't done that.
I'm since it's been nice enough, I'm wearing sandals when I can.
I've just been maintaining a policy lately of never having, like, bare nails, but...
So let's see.
That's it, yeah.
2, 1 on. So let's see what the weight of this is.
Okay.
Let's see.
So 2,508 kilogram or grams divided by 3.
0.2508 divided by 3.
$2.
836 grams per portion.
Okay.
Easy enough. But also fiddly enough, so we'll see how this goes.
It should be fine. Just might require some actual, like, measurements.
We're being real sciencey instead of, like, eyeballing.
What did you say?
836.
Oh, you
So
bastard.
close.
Come on. 32.
Oh my
Good
God.
enough.
That's fine.
Oh, damn it, that one's too heavy. $90. Okay, there we go. Did I miss a thing? No, okay, just everyone's being all
Lovely.
throwing adorable hearts in the chat, and I
Lovely.
didn't see if there was a reason for it. But yeah, and now comes the fun part where we just knead dough,
Hang on.
and Miriam loses
Apparently
an apron.
it's trying to take the ties of my apron. Not today.
So you can go back over there, Mr. Scale.
So have we talked about the motion before? For what kneading actually should be?
I don't think so. It's one of those weird ones where technically it's different for a given dough and for a given person.
People tend to have their own rhythm of doing it.
Yeah.
I tend to like bring it, so starting from the top of the dough, bring it down to the center, and then flatten with the heel of my hand, and then turn it 90.
And I generally do basically the same thing, because the idea is that you're grabbing a bit of it and stretching that bit out to work the gluten and make it, like, pull it, get stretched? Sure. Work together and then stretched.
Yep.
But yes, we definitely all need dough. They're making knead dough jokes.
Yep. Make sure your arms are ready for the challenge ahead.
So much.
What?
It was a terrible pun.
No, that was wonderful.
It was a terrible pun.
I think it flowered beautifully.
Also, I'm way more impressed. I know your ring is newer, but yours also a different color than mine does.
Well, that's because mine got vanished.
But even like the one you had before that.
No, my other one was pretty, like, washed out. Sure you don't want to help with this other one? Just so that it doesn't, like, sit there? I know you're not necessarily feeling entertaining, I'm worried about it drying out too much.
I'm just gonna do it on the back counter.
Yeah. Oh god.
Has it continued?
Yes, you do not want to help. Yeah, I think there was some, like, hard bits in our flour or our salt.
No worries, I got it out.
Yeah, I found one in this one too. This is why generally you use a mixer, because this
It's
is
definitely work.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a reason why mixers have definitely become the primary way of making dough.
Imagine having to do, like, 18th century not having good tools to do stuff.
Ugh.
Thank God for the modern convenience.
Yup. Admittedly, then, bread was also more of a, like, specialty thing, and you're gonna get paid well for it, but yeah.
True.
Well, most bread, because some bread was made in the house, and it
Yeah.
was, you make enough for your family, but yeah.
But you only do it one day during the week.
Yeah. Here. Doesn't count, you use the same pun again.
Did they?
Yeah.
You know, nope.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it doesn't count if you use the same pun multiple times in a row. How dare you?
Get better at your puns. What?
I hate you. I hate you so much.
And yet I'm helping you knead dough.
I know. I can still hate you.
Fair enough.
I feel like hate's a strong word.
Yeah, I just happen to love a good pun.
Moderately dislike. I feel like would be more appropriate.
Sure. Let's go with that.
What?
Yes, that one was actually a different pun. It was a need pun. Wait, no, you've
No,
already
they-
done a need
they
pun
use
too.
need
No,
at the
you have to
beginning.
have. Come on, more words. You can't just keep using the same ones.
There we go.
I was gonna say, did you manage to pick the same one back up again?
No, different ones. I'm just pulling them out as I find them.
You won't. Thank you, Haley. Actually, Haley's already looks like it's coming together better than ours.
Like a champ.
Like someone who's been doing this from home for work for like
8,
a month.
9 weeks.
So over 2 months then.
Yep.
I think we're on week 9 now.
I think so too. Yeah, because I guess technically it was from the first week of March on, yeah.
Yeah, because I was kind of sick that first part of March. So.
It's just reminding me of making that fucking pizza dough at work every day. Also, that when we can do it again, I kind of really want to do that with those grilled pizzas.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah, those were very good.
I mean, the weather is nice.
I know.
We could get one proofing.
I actually brought home pizza dough from work, so we're having pizza tonight.
Did you bring some from Tom? Did Tom make it or Bryce?
Reyes. Though Tom yesterday made a Chicago-style pizza to Reyes' great joy.
Like actual deep dish?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We've got the.
And I think Reyes pronounced himself, moderately pleased.
Well, considering Tom doesn't really like Chicago style.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't either. I don't get the appeal.
It's different.
It's very different. It's just there's so much sauce, and that's like the least good part about pizza to
So
me.
funny enough, that's actually what Reyes thought needed more of. But it was lots of cheese.
Yeah,
I mean,
pretty
I probably
good.
would have liked it then, but yeah, like that. I don't understand the thing with.
When Tom makes pizza, there's always more cheese, and we use full fat mozzarella,
I know, it was
Ooh.
delicious.
not the skim shit.
It was very creamy. I very much enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I don't know why that reminded me. I meant to ask you to get more beef jerky while you were at Target.
Ah.
Just because apparently King Supers does not sell proper sized beef jerky.
Ooh, hello. Coming together.
Yay!
My apron keeps trying to run away. What happens when you're short and you're in close proximity to the counter you're working on?
You were not that short.
Me?
Yes!
Moderately so.
I mean, moderately so, yes, but.
Mine's a little squishier.
Have you had some of the regular New York pizza that we do at work?
No, because when it's been made, it usually has pork on it.
Ooh.
Or the times I've realized it's there, it's got pork on it, so I'm just like, I'll pass.
Curses.
Well, there's usually at least one pie that gets made because Mustafa doesn't do pork either.
Yeah, which is actually kind of nice.
So,
Because it means that, like, it's already in people's minds to have at least a non-pork option.
yeah. And we've got a couple of vegetarians and vegans, so.
Yep.
See, I'd go with a crispy pan pizza anytime. It's just.
Because Kathy's also a vegetarian.
Oh, cool.
So,
It's just that, like. With deep dish, like I said, it's just there's more sauce, and sauce has never been the thing that I'm going to a pizza for.
Yeah,
Like,
I like it
all-
for cheese and dough.
Yeah. Like, I want the crispy crust, and the. Crispy or puffy crust. Like, depending on how it's done. But yeah. I'm not going there for, I just want a bunch of sauce.
If I wanted sauce, I'd have spaghetti.
Yeah. Or if I wanted sauce, I'd have like one of the Alfredo pizzas.
True, or like roasted garlic oil.
Oh, yeah. I don't even know, does that count as a sauce? That's more of just like a crisping agent that adds delicious flavor.
I like roasted garlic oil on my pizza. It's delicious.
Oh, I agree. I just don't know if it counts as a sauce.
If you don't add any other sauce, it does.
See, that just sounds like flatbread then.
Yeah.
But that's not sauce. That's just a flatbread.
It can be a sauce. It can act as a sauce.
Are you talking about adding it before cooking?
Yeah.
Or after?
Before cooking.
Because if you add it before cooking, it's just going to all cook off.
No, not if you use enough of it.
I guess.
Miriam, do you want some sliced mozzarella for that pizza?
That would be lovely. We just have some shredded stuff. Thank you.
Because we've got a log that Taylor brought home.
That we've not done anything with.
That would be really good. We're gonna do caramelized onions and sun-dried tomatoes. So
I do think I'm going to have some of that that big sausage that's in there, though, because that looks good.
chorizo?
Yeah. Wait, that's chorizo?
Yeah.
I did not read it somehow. If I'd realized that was chorizo, I probably would have been using that way more aggressively.
Yeah.
Or at all. I thought it was like a summer sausage.
Chorizo.
So I was thinking like, yes, I will get to that when I'm done with all the beef jerky that I have, and then I finished the beef jerky and forgot. And never realized that it was chorizo.
I feel like mine's getting there.
I think they're all getting pretty good, honestly.
Let's see.
No, summer chorizo is not a thing. Like the
Summer
thing with,
chorizo?
yeah, the thing with chorizo is you have to cook it to, well, do you actually have to cook chorizo? I know most of the stuff that I got in kitchens you did, but I don't think you have to cook all of it, do you?
I don't know.
But usually you have to. And summer sausages are like the dry kind that you can just like,
Cured kind.
yeah, the cured kind
Yes.
that you can just eat without any sort of preparation.
King Soopers does a good beef one that I like.
Ooh, nice. I don't know why, I've never been big on summer sausages. Not because I didn't like them, just I never go out of my way to get them.
I just like, so for me, I like sausage, but I'll thinly slice it and fry it and put it over rice.
Oh, that sounds really good, actually.
It's a very good, quick, like, lunch. I forgot to pack my lunch the night before. Because I can put the rice on while I'm getting ready, and then, like, 5-10 minutes in front of the stove and I'm done.
Oh, I thought you meant like make at work. That makes way more sense.
Oh, yeah, no. Come on, come together.
The qualifier for a summer sausage is you just you don't gotta stick it in the fridge until you can crack it open. I mean, that's also not wrong because it's cured,
Yeah?
but you still probably should.
Yeah. It can't hurt to, like, refrigerate your things.
It's not, well, that's why Haley corrected me. It's summer sausage is not dried, it's cured. Which does make it,
It implies a cooking process.
yeah, and it does make it a bit drier, but it's mostly just that it's treated with salt and other preservatives and smoke to draw out more of the moisture. I don't know if you can really do that with chorizo, because it is...
It might not be chorizo if you do that.
Well, it's also just like a really fatty and wet meat, for lack of a better way of putting it.
What? That's not an appetizing descriptor.
No, but it, like, moist. There we go.
Oily.
No, like, I'm not just trying to focus on the fat. Like, it does have a fair amount of, like, water that's holding on to.
I admit my experience with chorizo has been, like, non-existent, so.
Yeah. Like, it's... So, you know when you bite into, like, a good burger, that it...
Juicy.
Juicy, yeah. So,
hello.
chorizo does tend to be like that.
I think we're good.
Nice. I think mine's about there, too.
Sweet. Hi, guys.
Is this
Yep.
ready?
Done.
Victory! Okay.
That's our workout for the day. Grr. So an hour.
More the forearms.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still a workout.
I'm just saying.
Good for you.
It's a locationally specific workout.
Yes. What is it the gym bros call it? Isolations? I don't know. I'm not a gym bro.
Me neither.
Okay. Yeah, these are good. Even just letting them sit for a
These want to
second.
be oiled? I don't remember. Floured surface, and then we did that part. Grease large bowl, place dough inside. Yup. Cover bowl with warm damp towel. Yep. Okay.
Cool.
I haven't sprayed them yet.
It calls for an oil bowl?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Actually,
My
I'm gonna
bad.
replace this one with a bigger one.
Thank you, Haley. Give it a good turn.
Thank you. I will go grab some towels real quick.
Cool. And now they go for an hour.
Good.
It's good.
I'll probably make fillings at least.
Mm-hmm. Because mine, I think, might need to cool slightly. Because the filling for mine is...
I would say plastic wrap, but that's just me.
Okay.
I believe in plastic wrap.
Actually, based on the size of these, I could probably get away with a whole recipe for mine.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wouldn't be the worst thing to have left over.
No, and
it wouldn't.
it's a delicious chocolate, cardamom, and orange sugar spread. I would say you could even put it on toast and broil it for a few minutes and be equally delicious. Let's see.
Also, now I want toast, so thanks for that.
Sorry,
You were not sorry.
not at all.
Yeah. Why?
Varieties thing?
I would say toast is not the worst thing in the world to be craving.
I'm just gonna turn on the oven below them so it's
Warm.
warm, but I'm trying to turn it down as low as I can.
Mm.
Remember how low this oven goes.
Oh wow, you really cheat when you make it, madam, on the blog that I got this from. She does it in the microwave. It's not cheating, it just makes it easier. And it saves you from dirtying a pan because you can just use the same bowl you're using.
Yeah, I'm gonna say stick with any method that can be best described as cheating.
Yeah.
Assuming it works.
And on the plus side, the butter that I need is the leftover butter from making the dough itself, so it's perfect.
This is ready to eat chorizo.
Oh, I kind of want to just snap into some now then find out.
Well,
how it
snap.
tastes.
Okay. Would you mind handing me a bowl, Steven?
Yes, give me just a second.
Because I might just dive into making this.
Yeah, Miriam.
Oh, lovely. Thank you.
I just know we're not going to use it all.
Yeah, I can just do this by hand, I think. Because she says put it in a mixer and do it, but
That's
I got an
extra.
hour and 2 hands. I'll be fine.
You have to do the required mixer.
I think she's just like, oh, stir in the sugar till you have a paste kind of thing. It's like I can very easily just like stir it in a bowl with my hands or using a spoon, but like not needing to use a mixer for it.
I'm just confused with this one. That doesn't actually mean anything to me.
Oh, canned beer. Whoa, that's weird.
I'm coming.
Oh, okay.
I have never seen it in individual tins. I've only seen it in big, like containers of it. It's like it's like the step before you have mozzarella.
Oh god, it's an ounce for 140 calories. Good lord. Cosmo.
Excuse me, bud.
It's
So I am using extra strong 77% dark chocolate for this. Because I thought it would be really fun. I I also had it in my pantry already. Because I'm totally willing to get, like, okayish dark chocolate baking. It's one of the nice things in the world.
Oh, right, mine are super easy because it's just mixing a bunch of dry/moist ingredients together. Hey Siri, set a 1 hour timer.
85.8 grams.
Oh, I forgot something. No, this apron does not have pockets like I thought it did. Oh, no way. I thought there were pockets in the front. I don't know.
So, I mean, if you want to use burrata,
Thank you.
we don't. I don't eat burrata.
I didn't realize it was here.
Will you eat it?
Probably.
Okay.
I've never had it, actually, off the top of my head.
It's just the texture I'm not a fan of.
Okay, makes
It's
sense.
kind of an odd texture. So we're just
The
crumbling.
reason I'm not a fan of other things of other textures, like cream cheese.
Okay. I need, they're like 13 grams.
Yeah, Alfcat, but we want people with taste buds to actually be able to eat it, so.
And this is a dark eating chocolate, but it's also, so when trying it for eating, it's really, I liked it, but I was like, this would also make a really good baking chocolate. If you need something like, instead of using like a semi-sweet, which, better dark chocolate versus semi-sweet.
Yeah, in general.
Yeah.
Oh,
and what is the sonnet on the inside of this one? Have I heard this one? Oh, it's just sonnet 49. I think I've seen this one before. So this brand of chocolate is a Colorado chocolate. It's I think it's actually made up in Boulder. Yep.
Believe it.
This one is made up in Boulder, and on the inside of the wrapper, for all their different varietals, there's sonnets and like love poetry, which is cute. But I've actually seen this in more stores lately, which is kind of cool.
It's nice. Yeah, so I'm working on the. Oh crap. I've forgotten the name.
Lemon ginger filling.
Yes, the lemon ginger filling.
Oh,
It's
85.
lemon. There is literally only lemon in it. There's no. I don't know why you keep trying to specify that.
It's a citrus type filling.
Yes, but it's only lemon. I don't. I
Do
feel
you
like
want this to go back in the fridge, or were you gonna have some?
I was gonna have some, but I'm waiting for it to not be like rock hard and frozen.
We're
Well,
just
not
kind of,
frozen,
well, it's kind of citrusy themed since I'm doing orange and cardamom.
Yeah.
Because orange and dark chocolate are a delightful mix.
But yeah, I just need to zest both these lemons, and it's like these 2 lemons, it's like, what is it? Effectively 2 tablespoons of ginger, or 4 tablespoons, because I'm doing both of it as candied. And a bit of flour and sugar.
No. Bless you.
Bless you. What is the recipe for mine? It's 3 ounces of chocolate, 1/4 cup of butter.
Because which one's the good zester? That one doesn't have like a good catch tray.
I don't know where it went.
Brown sugar, white sugar, vanilla, salt,
Oh, there
Oh.
cardamom.
It's not a catch tray, it's a cover.
Yeah, this doesn't have, I stand by my statement.
Why do you need a catch tray?
Because I'm lazy.
Oh my god.
Also, because I really miss the one that we used at work. It was the perfectly flat one with the.
Oh, Jillian's really
Yeah.
good one? Yeah.
Because it's the really good actual microplane, perfectly flat with the cover that just flips out, or not flips over, but just, like you slide it on the opposite
It
side.
also had really good teeth.
Yeah.
Zest smell.
Yup.
So I am melting the chocolate in the microwave in like 30-second increments. And stirring between each 30-second increment.
Remember, the secret for not having to temper chocolate is don't break the temper.
Yeah.
Then again, this is going to be baked. No one's going to notice anyway.
Yeah, it's not like I'm trying to get like a beautiful, sharp, snappy chocolate on something.
Yeah.
I'm adding butter and other stuff to it.
Yeah.
And vanilla.
I maintain that what I said is correct, but not necessary in this case, now that I think about it.
Also, a thing with using better chocolate, it melts so much nicer than
It certainly can, yes. Cosmo, you cannot have any of the chocolate.
No, buddy. Sorry. Actually, no, not sorry. No. No. Theobroma cacao is not good for puppies.
Oliver, get out. You cannot be at my feet. And then they just fled away. The problem is there's no food for them anyway. It's just that they're standing at our feet, because that's, like, the place where Miriam is currently standing is the place where Cosmo sits when Haley's working in the kitchen. Is he sits in front of the oven on a mat and just stares.
Well, your microwave is so efficient.
I don't think anyone has ever complimented that microwave.
2 30-second increments and all my chocolate is melted without burning it.
Huh?
Check that out. Little residual heat, but
Just wish the light worked. Yeah. I will have to take that apart at some point. The light.
Melted chocolate. Cool.
Because that would also make that camera work better. It wasn't fucked.
Basically, it's literally add everything in there. Cool. That's easy.
Okay, anyway.
But then there's socializing, because I
8
haven't
ounces?
actually seen you guys in person in like
Yeah.
months. Do you need vanilla for yours?
Nope.
Measuring spoons are here. Cardamom and brown sugar.
This is actually... The batteries are dying. Oh. Okay, what are they? Let's say 8 ounces? 8 ounces of sugar. Okay. Fuck your approximately 1 cup. We're gonna weigh it. Always be weighing if you can help it.
2 salt, pinch. Cool.
Haley, you tell me how much fucking vanilla weighs. I'm talking about important ingredients that aren't just a flavor additive.
Can I grab the sugar when you're done?
Yep. Come on. You little bastard. There we go. Okay.
Mine is easy. I just chuck it in a bowl.
We were informed by the previous owners that it might not be the bulb that's the issue. And also just, it's a microwave light bulb, so it's a special bulb, and getting at it is a pain because it's stupid. But it's one of those things that's been on the list since we bought the house, and it's just a pain. So it's been low on the priority list, let's say. I'm trying to make sure I get all
Always
this stuff.
salt everything you cook. Even if it's not a savory dish.
Okay. I'm going to break out the cutting board real quick just so I can chop up bits of ginger I'm going to use. Also, so I can eat some. That is some very upfront ginger.
Wow, I can smell it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just need an orange.
I didn't know if you needed one or two, so.
I just need one. So I'm going to add orange zest to mine. Are you done with the microplane?
Yes. If you don't care about having some lemon zest in yours.
I think it'll be okay.
Okay.
Just add a little more acidity to it. There we go. You'll have to try this when it's done because it's really good.
I am looking forward to it.
Oh, I made the most delightful Earl Grey tea cake the other day. So good. It's got it had Greek yogurt in it and Earl Grey, 6 Earl Grey tea bags.
Ooh.
It was very delicious. And it actually worked okay with the gluten-free flour I had to use for it for Mother's Day.
Your mom has gone gluten-free?
Alex's mother.
Oh, okay.
She's got celiacs. My mother doesn't eat a lot of gluten, but that's because she's on an anti-inflammatory diet to manage her arthritis a little bit. So less dairy, less gluten. She'll eat it occasionally, she just doesn't choose to eat a lot of it.
Makes sense.
Because she feels better when she doesn't. But she does not claim that she has celiacs or is allergic to gluten. There we go.
Oh, I'm gonna have to do more ginger, because that's one. Maybe I won't.
It has to cool down just a little bit.
Yeah, this will just be a little shy of 4, and I think that'll be fine. Okay. Scoot, Cosmo, scoots.
Excuse me, Cosmo.
Okay, I'm probably going to throw a little bit of powdered ginger in here, just because candied ginger does not break up quite as well as normal ginger, so I want to make sure it gets spread throughout.
Okay, let's see.
Night, Scott Fry. I have no idea where you are anymore. I thought you were in the States. But if it's night, I'm just have no idea what time zone you are in. It's not up here.
That's gonna be good when it cools down. Right now, it's a little strong.
Okay. That's curry powder. Where the hell's the ginger now? I know we have ginger. Here it is.
I added slightly more salt than it needed.
Oh well. I'm sure we'll live.
Add a little more chocolate, that should balance it just fine. So 10-second increments.
There's butter in this, what?
This is not for you, bud.
There's butter in the list for the filling, but I don't see any place where it's added. Because it's for filling. Oh, okay. Well, I hope
it's melted. It's melted butter. So
It is melted butter. I don't see where it is in the when it's added.
Oh, it's because it's part of the putting it together, not the actual. I mean, look, brush the 1 ounce of melted butter onto the dough and sprinkle filling over the dough, pressing the filling lightly so it sticks to the dough.
Oh, that's easy then.
It was hidden.
It would make mixing this much easier too. And then all that's missing is 5 ounces of all-purpose flour. I think we'll empty out this container. Oop, yep, definitely will, because we're at 3 3/4 ounces.
Certainly smells good. The combo of the two of them.
Oh yeah. And we still have to make the cinnamon one, but the cinnamon one is pretty fucking straightforward.
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon, brown sugar. I believe it's got some flour as a binder, but otherwise, yeah.
Because it added more chocolate, I'm upping everything else proportionately so I don't destroy the filling.
No, not the filling.
Not the filling.
I'm glad you had fun, Scott Frey. But yeah, sleep well, friend.
Oh, you going to bed?
Yep.
Doodles.
Yeah, that's why I was initially confused. So I was like, I thought you were in one of the American time zones. Like, he is. It's just that he's been doing crazy shifts.
Oh no. Well, sleep well.
Yeah, this needs to be in a big bowl. You are a slightly bigger bowl, which should be good enough.
I think microwaving it opened that orange oil
Yeah.
just a little bit. Oh, it's so good.
Oh, there we go. Actually put all the things in one spot. I don't keep getting
Let's see.
notifications.
Yep, that did it. I will say the cardamom is not as strong in it, but I think that'll be good.
Okay.
It leaves like a lingering floral taste.
It is a kind of subtle flavor.
It is. It can be, when used correctly.
Yes.
Otherwise, it's like, attack, headbutt. Cardamom.
Okay.
Back into my tote bag. Go home.
So that one's done.
Go ahead and try this real quick. So it'll balance out that salt issue that I had.
See, I still get the salt, but I like it.
It's salt. It does have a little more salt in it, but it's
Yeah.
like, it's in the way that dark chocolate can have more salt.
Exactly. I think it's good.
Yeah. And it also gets spread pretty thinly on the dough itself. So you're not getting like, I'm going to take a giant spoonful of this filling.
Yeah.
Cool. Put this in your fridge for your cocktails. Don't throw away your zested oranges. It's still good.
Same with zested lemons.
Yes. Don't be wasteful with your fruit.
Yes, hello. You're all very good. Welcome, digital Meow Mix.
Nice. Cool. Everything's rising.
Yes. Unfortunately, now we're in that fun hurry up and wait part. 'Cause we've
Yep.
got, let's see, how much
Fillings
longer?
are made. Do you have a timer set?
I do. We have 45 minutes. Yeah.
So this is what happens when you've got two very efficient people in the kitchen. You can't taking your time is not an option.
No.
Because we're used to working with deadlines. Actually, that tends to be just generally the experiences. We're used to deadlines, so you work
As quickly as possible.
quickly and efficiently. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I can probably refrigerate this. Let's see.
Probably. It might set up a little bit.
I'll let it sit out on the counter then.
Yeah. Just always worried with any amount of partially melted chocolate that.
Because it was a good temper too, like a good snap, even with bar chocolate, which isn't always a good temper. Yeah. Because that cools, it's going to thicken just a little bit.
Sorry, we're not patting the doggos because they're not actually supposed to be in here.
Nope. But I'll blow kisses. Cosmo. Aw, thank you. Now go. Shoot.
I couldn't tell if he was fleeing or if he was like.
Well, he jumped on me. I blew a kiss at him. He jumped up on my hip. I blew him another kiss, and then I hip checked him
I
slightly.
heard him start moving, but I wasn't sure if it was towards or away from me.
It was like a gentle, like, bah, go away. I love you, but you don't have to stand on my hips.
I'm guessing somebody redeemed a pet friendly card.
No, just someone asked to see dog pets. Because I think I can just, I think I
Oh
can
wow, this is really easy.
reject them from the screen.
Brown sugar, cinnamon, softened butter. Let me guess. Mix, 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 mix.
I'm guessing, yeah. Yeah, we've got Cosmo and Oliver.
Yeah.
Mix it?
It's like, mix it, and then brush your dough with butter. Super easy.
Two separate. Oh,
Oh, it's a hanging.
it is.
It's meant to be hung.
I feel bad then, because the best way to cut it is going to be from the bottom.
Or you could just not hang it.
Yeah, but this... I just feel bad about wasting the little silly hanger things. I don't know, someone had to put effort into doing that. Even if it was just making a machine that did it. Fine, I'll just cut them off, it's fine.
Fair enough. Oh, do you want me to put the flour from your work in here, or?
Nah, if you'll just put that
Okay.
back, we'll get flour from the store since they actually have store flour now.
I know, right?
You know, the weird thing is that's mostly a supply chain issue.
Yeah.
Ooh. That's good.
Yeah.
Nice.
No flour at stores is pretty much all supply chain.
Yeah, that was just like the weirdest thing.
Yes, they're both mutts. Oliver is a Basenji, no one knows what, and Cosmo is a Corgi and probably like 8 other things, honestly.
He looks almost like if you took a Rottweiler and mixed him with a Corgi, but not actually.
But then a little German Shepherd.
Yeah. He's cute though. You're so cute. Hands are clean, so I can give you a little pet. I have no. Okay.
Okay, you can get in the window.
Okay.
Cat butt.
And then we have the cat.
Yes.
His name is Calcifer.
Hi, buddy. He has the saddest eyes, but he has a really good life. So the sad eyes are just a.
They're a
because
lie.
I can.
Yeah.
They're a lie. But you're so cute though.
They're a tool of manipulation.
They are. You wield them with unflinching. I don't know where I was going with that sentence. You
I don't
wield them unflinchingly.
I think he's staring at a crow.
Might be. Because the kind of back beyond is probably good watching territory for him.
Yeah. He's either staring at a crow or he's trying to get eyes on the neighbor's cat.
Are you in a staring contest with your neighbors, kitty?
Well, they have their cat do the, like, they're not an outdoor cat, but they do the thing where they've got, like, the post, basically, and a really long leash.
Ah.
But it's a moving post, so they just move him around to places, so sometimes it's
Okay.
behind our house.
Fair enough.
This is really good.
Thumbs up. Now we finally let Jack out onto the patio because we trust him not to try to jump up on things or try to jump up on the railing and then run away.
You were all goobers.
Such goobers.
Yeah, I don't bring the Scouts for outside.
Yeah, he is an indoor cat.
Yeah.
It's also just safer for him.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. Because I feel like if we tried to let him be like the other cat who has a harness, I feel like he'd like choke himself or something.
You have to work very hard to choke yourself with that. Oh my goodness.
What?
Jolly does art. Thank you so very much for that raid. Are you running away, Haley?
No.
Okay. Welcome all to, I don't know. Like, technically it's a cooking stream, but we're now in the part where we're waiting for 40 minutes.
Yep. The hurry up and wait.
So, socializing, I guess?
Yeah, I'm not usually on the channel, so hi.
So welcome, let's see here, we've got Jolly does art, Cuttlefishman,
Herbert Erpaderp.
Herbert Erbaderp, Mach 30. I think that's it. Yes, we can definitely answer cooking questions. I just realized I'm speaking for you, but
It's something that we've iterated before on. Well, for those of us who have not been here before.
you were
We're all
painting
trained.
Lonnie and his golden cauldron. It was great. I feel like I missed some... Why is it that every time I hear about a Jolly stream, I feel like I've missed something weird and amazing? Also, oh god, the spiciness is starting to hit me. I may or may not be eating cured chorizo, and the spiciness just hit and I regret my life choices.
Things I regretted.
But also not regretted because delicious.
Yes, very delicious. Also, welcome, Good Books.
Hello.
Oh, Lonnie's playing Getting Over It. Right. Okay, that makes more sense now.
Besides just eating it. Yeah.
Adzuki? Adzuki beans. I don't think I've ever actually heard of Adzuki beans.
I have. They're not bad. If you get them in Asian cooking.
Well, do you have any cooking tips? Because that was what Cuttlefishman was asking.
I'm not a huge red bean fan. I'm not a big, like, sweet bean dessert type person, so I'm not a good candidate for it. However, there's actually a really, really good bakery in my neck of the woods that does tzatziki bean like buns. They're actually quite good for the people if you like red bean paste or any type of bean paste. Like it's good stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of it, but kudos.
I don't think I've ever had a red bean bun, honestly.
I think next time I come over, then I'll bring you guys. I'll bring all y'all a selection from this bakery.
Is it weird that that sounds amazing. Is it weird that I kind of want to compare and see if it would be better or worse in like a hand pie
No.
transfer system?
Because the thing is, when I've had it,
They
it's been
often make them in steamed
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking though. I'm wondering.
the dough
like,
is
as
very
opposed to-
brioche when I've had it.
But that's what I'm thinking though. Is I want to know the difference between having it in like a steamed bun versus like a crispy flaky hand pie.
Oh, what is the name for the Japanese fish pastry? Takoyaki?
No, that
No,
is
that's
octopus.
that is a batter based thing. It's no, it's taiyaki, not takoyaki.
Yes.
Taiyaki. Similar but not the
Yes.
same.
Yeah, they're used for bao
Yeah.
type buns often. I have very little experience with Asian cooking. Sorry.
I like. Oh, so actually, this bakery it's called Tokyo Premium.
Mhm.
They do really good stuff. Like they actually do a beef curry bun that's really good.
Ooh, okay, that sounds really my
It's
jam.
panko crumbed and fried, and it's delightful. And they do really pretty tarts.
You've had it use like chocolate and pain au chocolat?
Mhm.
That's sort of what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Like something more akin to that, just to see how it would go.
Yeah, I mean it would be.
Oh, but right,
It's
sorry.
it's very dense filling.
Yes, but sorry, really quickly, for those of you coming over in that raid, welcome. Hi, I'm Cap. This is not normally what we do, but this is a thing that we try and do at least a couple times a month. This is a cooking stream because I am a former pastry chef. Miriam is, I don't know how to describe that for you now anymore.
I'm a baking lab tech. I guess that's probably the best way to describe it. I work for a company that is in flour, so I work in one of their labs as a baker. Quality Labs as a baker. Yeah.
And then Haley, who is mostly off screen, is also. No, I wasn't saying you have to come on screen. I know you're not up for it today.
Well, I'm not up to be entertaining, but
Okay.
I can introduce myself.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I work at the same company Miriam does, but I'm their research chef, so I've got pastry and culinary training.
Yep.
So this is just a thing that we do at least once a month, usually more if I can help it, but it's been weird because COVID. And
I've been working from home, so it's kind of been my kitchen.
yeah. But besides that, we're a variety stream. We play a whole bunch of stuff.
Mask.
Last night I played Valorant until 2 a.m. and regret my life choices. Yeah, I know, I didn't mean to. I really didn't mean to. I really regret the last game that I did. What the heck? What was that chunk?
More chocolate.
Oh.
So I added additional chocolate to it
Ah.
to mitigate the salt. QC.
Yes, I'm an escaped. Yes,
Oh,
that is
nice.
probably the best way of putting it. I am an escaped pastry chef.
I love Kat. That's a beautiful way of putting that. I like that. Good job.
I'm now a house spouse because I haven't thought of a good version of house husband for non-binary and
House spouse. It
it
rhymes.
just doesn't feel the same to me as house husband. I think because it's I like the alliteration more than I like the rhyme. And I don't know if there's a good alliteration one.
The guardian of the home. Too
No.
high fantasy.
Yeah.
Sorry,
yeah,
that was the
yeah,
only thing.
yeah.
I was like, my brain went to like Hestia.
See, I appreciate
Guardian
the
of the
rhyme. It's
Hearth.
just it makes me sad that I'm like I really liked I
Two
really
different
liked the
poetic
alliteration.
devices.
Yeah, I like alliteration more than rhyming, which is entirely a silly thing for me. You just got hired for a QC position at Dawn Air Plant. Ooh, that actually is really awesome. After I briefly escaped from being a pastry chef, we both worked at the same place doing QA for a.
They kind of do a lot of everything.
It's a company that does a lot of like baking mixes and then sells wet products to go with those mixes. So like they'll sell you a mix to make a cake, and then they'll sell you buttercream to put on the cake,
Or
and they'll
jam
sell you
for
like
filling.
yeah. Or they make pretty much all of the. I still hate this. I can't undo it. They make most of the donut mixes that are used in this country, to the degree where I can go to a lot of.
I had that happen the other day. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I know this.
I go to a donut
I made
shop.
This.
Yeah, I go to a donut shop and go like, oh, I know who your supplier is because I can see the style of your blueberry donut, and go like I can even tell which of. There were like 3.
There were 3.
Yeah, and I can usually tell which one of them it is.
And the like premium.
Yeah, and go like I know which one of these you're using because it's a very slightly different formula.
I had that happen with the cruller the other day. I bit into it and I'm like, vanilla-y, slight coconut flavor.
I know what this is.
It was the weirdest thing.
The worst one is that I am probably the person who keeps. Once I find a donut shop that does a good one, I'm the person who keeps donut shops carrying those lemon-filled donuts that I never see anyone else order. And
Except Krispy Kreme has started making lemon-filled donuts, which is like
weird.
Great.
But the company we worked for. Wait, you don't work there anymore. I can say it. Dawn.
Yep.
I was very.
As of like 3.5 weeks, it's almost been a month.
I just was trying never to say it because I knew you still work there, so
That's
I didn't want
fine.
to call anything out that they did there out. They're fucked up. But it's like I can go to a donut shop now still and go like, I know which of the 3 lemons that you had an option of purchasing you bought.
Yeah.
And the first time I did that, it was really bad because I had one of the.
You had it in the fridge, didn't you?
No, I had one of the pouches in my car.
I have one in my pantry.
Because it was like, I even went out to go check and was like, it's this pouch, isn't it? And they were like, yes.
Yeah.
It's like, why do you have that with
It's
you?
the
It's like,
weirdest
don't
thing.
question it.
So at my new job, they brought us donuts. It's like, thank you for coming into the office every single day in these trying weird circumstances. And I bit into their cruller, and I was like, oh, I know exactly what this is. I've made this a bunch of times. I hate this donut.
Yeah. The good news is that it means that I can also tell if people are following Dawn's recipes, because if they're not, they're way better donuts. Their recipes suck.
Was it Lamar's?
Yup.
Yeah,
It
we
was-
supply their, like, in theory, we supply flour for them, because we also supply flour for them.
They buy their cruller mix from Dawn because I recognize we make one type of cruller mix. It's like the way that it fries up. Like I recognize the texture of it. I recognize the way the outside forms, the way it like cracks on the top, and the almost like coconutty vanilla flavor of the actual dough.
Yeah.
It's so weird when it happens
It's
because I'm
why
like
I don't like Lamar's
I know this.
crullers, and I love crullers everywhere,
Yeah.
but their cruller is just...
the
been
coconut
ruined.
tends to throw you off a little bit. It's like
How would you say the texture is different from other crullers? I think to me it's mostly the flavor, because like to me a cruller is usually like root flavor on the inside after you get through the outer crust is like sweet, little vanilla, and not coconut.
yeah, it's an aggressively coconut one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing that always stands out to me. The texture in crullers is also weird because it can be so fluctuating.
Because it's like a cake. It is a cake donut type of cake donut,
It's like
but
a
it's
cake
like
donut, but it usually has more structure on the inside.
it does. It's almost like if you combined like a cake and a cake donut, just for the type of structure.
See,
But like
and-
like a sponge versus like
That's
a,
the thing is, I'd actually say that certain crullers, in my experience, actually almost have like a gluten-like structure, but it's way
more like
thinner.
a canal, like the actual
Yeah,
like
kinda.
where
Yeah.
it's got like the
It's got like structures of,
Yeah.
of basically baked product that are running
Yeah.
through it, that have a little bit of give to them, like not quite as much as proper gluten, but
it's toothsome,
yes, that is a good way to do it.
toothsome, like much like good pasta.
Ooh, hang on, I feel like the bunch of stuff just scrolled through real quick.
Let's see.
Love this very nerdy donut convo, but you need to make some food now. Yep, please go have some good food.
Enjoy
Jolly.
the good food.
We'll probably be here for a bit, since, like I said, we gotta wait for a while.
Yeah.
The ideal Boston cream donut. You find yourself always wanting the style Tim Hortons makes for some reason. I've
I
never
love
had.
Boston.
I've never had a Tim Hortons Boston cream.
Because it's Canada. 'Cause
Well, we have Tim Hortons here too, but it's
What?
different. It's
Oh my God.
it's mostly in the like border states. Sorry, I hiccuped
okay.
there. But yeah, I love Boston cream donuts.
Yeah, they're good.
Calcifer, you cannot make that jump. There is nothing over there that you can jump onto.
He's recalculating.
Yeah.
You can't jump onto this counter either, bud.
But yeah, we've got different supply chains, and it's a whole thing.
Mm-hmm. You can't come over here, buddy.
Ideal donut filling for me, honestly, good lemon filling. Like it's got to be a good lemon. I don't know why there's just so few places that
For
do
me,
it.
really good pastry cream or lemon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will. So during Hanukkah, I will go for a raspberry-filled jelly donut for my sufganiyot.
Yeah.
Any other thing is not my thing. But yeah,
You just reminded me that I need to find more excuses to have latkes in general, though, so thanks.
I mean, do we need excuses to have latkes?
It's sometimes... Look, there's only like one good place that does latkes, and I'm not going to go into a restaurant right now, so...
Yeah. Because there's a place we went a couple years ago for our birthday that does the deli, the Jewish deli.
Oh, God, that place was great!
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah, but that's not even the one I was thinking of. I was thinking Latkalov.
Yeah.
I mean, they're doing carry-out boxes.
Latkalov is? Ooh.
Light bulb. I mean, there's the possibility that we could get a picnic and go sit in one of the parks right by my apartment. Because
Are there parks by your apartment?
There's a lot of parks by my apartment.
I don't know the area right
This
now.
cat is very weird.
Yeah,
He's so
that
cute,
cat puts
though.
up with a lot of shit.
Yeah, there's several really good parks by the apartment that, like, if
For
we want to have a
raspberry
latke
versus
picnic.
strawberry raspberry donut, so weirdly, I don't love raspberry fillings, and I think it's just because, to me, the ideal way to have a raspberry like jam is
Those
just.
cats would fight you for holding you.
Oh, yeah.
like this.
I just love raspberry jam on toast. So when I don't get that like nice crispness, and I want the sweetness to be the raspberry, to me, like I never adore raspberry fillings.
Oh, see, for me, it's quite the opposite. Raspberry is my jam.
I love raspberry. It's just that like I want it to be the sweet. I don't want it to be overwhelmed by just like the fact that a donut is sweet.
I like the acidity of it.
That's fair. There is a that little bush up front is a raspberry bush.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Because
Yes, I clotheslined you.
I've gone mad with gardening again. So we have a strawberry and blackberry plant. I don't know if I can technically call them a bush. Right outside here.
So, blackberries would be a bush. Strawberries are like small runners.
It is not growing like that. I'll show you. You'll see it.
I
It's
will
weird.
have to pop outside later. I like gardening.
Um, and I know that that's what it's supposed to do. This one is like, it looks like it could do that, but it's mostly just sort of like sprouting up right now. But we've got strawberry and blackberry outside. I've got a raspberry thing in the front garden, and then a hanging blueberry potter. And I'm hoping to do probably either another raspberry or more blueberry in a space out there as well.
You quite like blueberry, if I remember correctly.
I like the idea of growing blueberry. I'll probably do raspberry though, just because I will eat raspberry out of hand more easily.
Mm. My parents have blueberries in their backyard, and Mom and Dad both planted raspberry. They planted some raspberry canes in the back as well.
Sorry, I'm just
So
reading.
cute.
You've occasionally ended up with too much rhubarb. What the fuck is too much rhubarb?
You can freeze that nonsense and
Yeah.
keep it forever. So good.
What do you think of raspberry jam? I fucking love raspberry jam. Like
It's his jam.
Yes.
What?
In a jam form.
I can't see rhubarb working well in a veggie stock.
No, it
Oh,
wouldn't. 'Cause
no.
It's.
That would be really
I think technically
rough.
I don't know what it botanically is, but to me it falls in the same category as fruit.
Yes, however, it grows similarly to like Swiss chard and other greens.
I believe it is related
like in
to
the same
Swiss.
family as chard.
No, because chard is lettuce, and I don't
Yeah,
think
chard,
it's lettuce.
Chard has like the big.
Yeah, but chard is
Yeah.
lettuce.
So it might be in that family then.
No. I will put money that rhubarb is not a lettuce offshoot. Is not a not lettuce, cabbage. Is not a cabbage offshoot. But Swiss chard and like any green plant we eat, the leaves of is fucking. What's up?
I'm just saying.
Are you trying to place an order?
No,
or-
I'm just
okay.
showing you that.
Okay.
Tempting.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean-
like, okay, I knew. That's what I was trying to say. Is like
What is
rhubarb is not a brassica.
It's not this one Monday, but next Monday we'll have off because it's.
Well, they only do Saturday, Sunday.
For pickup or just?
Yeah.
Oh, they're only open Saturday, Sunday lately.
Yeah, they have the pickup menu right now,
Okay.
and it's
But yeah.
Saturday, Sunday only.
Because like Miriam, you know about the whole everything is cabbage.
What?
So, broccoli, chard, mustard, all of them. They're all brassica, which is the
Cabbage.
the original cabbage.
It's cabbage.
Everything is cabbage. Like
Cabbage is my favorite. Is one of my favorite vegetables.
like broccoli is an offshoot of cabbage. Like everything. It's absurd. That's why I'm saying I know for sure that rhubarb is not related to Swiss chard because chard is a brassica. Because it's related to beets, which are... No. Are beets brassica? I believe they are, except that they're just ones that were bred specifically for the roots. The things that are not brassica, it's the thing like berries, where it's the... Nothing that should be a berry is.
Okay, so it's part of the Miriam genus. So I'm still on the rhubarb hunt.
Rhubarb is a distinct category. Not really anything else except some medicinal, more exotic plants that are used limitedly. That would make sense since its leaves are toxic. Poisonous? Poisonous. Oh, I need to add this
looking.
one.
This is a weird looking plant.
Rhubarb?
Yeah. Or other, like...
I feel weird that this sausage is having to tell me that it is lactose and gluten-free.
Well, people are stupid.
Yep.
I mean, the gluten-free part I actually get and I appreciate. The lactose part, that's weird.
People are stupid.
Yeah.
Because...
When your lettuce is declared gluten-free, there's a problem.
Cat, what the hell are you doing? He was staring at his reflection in the TV.
He's pretty.
You can't see your actual... I think he thought it was another cat, but sure.
Silly kitty.
I really want to have more of that. Hang on, how many calories have I... Shit, I haven't included that coffee. I hate that I'm back on... I hate and love that I'm back on keeping track of my fucking calories. I hate it because it means that I have to... like, make sure that
Smells so
I am
good.
okay with anything that I eat, but still.
That has the new one.
Beets are their own thing too?
Sitting here stirring my chocolate filling. Oh, what are we cooking? Because we haven't told the new people.
Oh, have we not?
I don't think we even told what we're doing today.
This is the last one.
We're doing a baking stream, but this is, we're making cinnamon rolls, but we're using, basically what we're doing is we're demonstrating the versatility of cinnamon roll dough.
Because it's basically just Danish dough.
Yeah. It's an enriched yeasted dough, so
Yeah.
it's like
Like, you could do a whole bunch of other things with it,
Yeah.
but we're just doing a series of different
sweet
sweet rolls because we're lazy and it's easier.
Yeah.
So we're doing cinnamon rolls, lemon ginger, and orange dark chocolate cardamom.
Yep. Make it complicated.
Yup.
I mean, it's really not that complicated.
Yeah.
I happen to quite like that flavor combo together.
And we decided to go whimsical as fuck, mostly because Miriam said that she was going to make that apron, and I went, well, I guess I have to follow suit in some
It's got
way.
cats on it, and it's got like 2 tiers, so extra fluff.
Yeah, I just have an
Yeah.
apron that we already wore, or that we already owned, and that I
Yeah.
forgot doesn't have pockets.
Yeah, with mine, I can't put pockets in it just because of the way the skirt is gathered. So
Yeah.
I looked at it and I was like, can I put pockets in there? I make up for it by the skirt that I'm wearing underneath having like, real
I mean,
pockets.
the dress that I'm wearing has pockets.
Yeah,
so.
lots of pockets. But yeah, I wanted to make a big floofy apron, and I knew I had cat print fabric, but as I was going through what I had, I found the red floral, and I put the two together, and I went, yes! So, oh, and I'm wearing a cupcake print mask, because why not? Go big.
We have too many of the just, like, not proper masks, but, like, the procedure masks.
Mm.
So we're just like, we have shit tons of them.
Hi,
So we're using
yes,
that.
are you
It's
dropping
like,
it on my
please,
foot for a
please
reason?
play with my racquetball.
You go, bud.
I'm a deeply broken dog. Let me play with a
Fuck you,
racquetball.
Phil.
Oh, God. And then I almost fell to my death.
Rhubarb. Really?
I would believe that, honestly.
Wet soil. Yeah, I can see it.
But yeah, right. Sorry, the thing I was remembering with beets is that beets are really strange because they are... Uh-oh. Hang on. Is that us, or did the video go down? Oh, please don't the connection's being screwed again.
No.
Oh, no.
Let's see. Let's check on the phone. Connection?
Yup.
Lame. It's weird. So it's keeping the chat still running.
Yeah,
Because if I roll up to knitting in my jammies, nobody will judge me for it. Video chatting in my jams. No bother. You're scary. Yeah. Actually, the idea for a Watco of picnic next weekend does sound kind of nice. Pick a not shady, not too sunny, not too shady
Yes.
in the park. Because yeah, you guys usually come from. You guys head west when you come towards us. So if
We
you
do Parker down to 25 or 225, and then
so yeah, you wouldn't see it. So if you drive down.
225, we hit Bellevue, and we take Bellevue all the way down pretty much.
So do you not? Oh, because it's you don't go all the way down Bellevue. Past if you go past where I'm at
Yeah.
on Bellevue, there's like 3 or 4 different parks on either side of the road.
Yeah. We don't hit.
Yeah,
over
you
quite
guys don't go that far. You guys don't quite down like I-25 Santa Fe side of Broadway. So if you're coming from Santa Fe heading east, there's
I
like
think we're back up right now.
3 or 4. There's like 3 or 4 parks on either side. They're delightful. There's like streams and creeks and everything, and it's lovely. So we do end up doing that. There's quite a few good places for park time.
Yep. Okay, we're back.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
We'll see if it doesn't crash again for no goddamn reason. Pantry includes pretty old pastas, especially stickier. Most likely it's just that water got in there and it, like, dried pasta that's gotten sticky.
Oh yeah, that's a moisture retention issue.
Yeah, it's probably just picked up some water from.
Being in the back of your pantry.
Yeah. Like, the gluten doesn't really break down. Like, it's just a. The thing is that gluten is a protein that's just 2 other proteins stuck together.
It can
So-
break down, but in dried pasta, it wouldn't be doing anything like that.
Yeah, that's assuredly just it's picking up some moisture from the air, or it's been around long enough that it's picked up something that spilled.
Yeah.
Flour.
Well, if it's getting tacky, then that's a moisture issue usually.
So, should be fine.
Yeah.
How much time do we have?
We have 6 minutes.
Yay! And then
Which means we should make a space here
Yeah.
to, like, roll these out.
buckets. Oh, and we have to make the regular cinnamon roll.
Oh, yeah,
Filling.
that's easy.
That's chuck it all in a bowl.
Yeah.
And call it good.
Sink?
Yes, I was just scooting it so I can move the thing back.
Or you probably have
Yeah,
What did I step on? I stepped on
I think a racquetball.
the bone.
Oh,
I know.
it's not what I was expecting.
Yeah, that'll hold its shape when we spread it out.
Yeah. Yeah, I will go make our cinnamon fill. Oh, right, yeah. Oh no, it's 3
Chuck it in.
ingredients.
It's 3 ingredients, and you chuck it in a bowl.
Yeah.
And give it a
So
little
difficult.
stir.
very difficult.
Yeah, like mind-blowingly so.
Yup.
Being sassy. Oh, so for those of you who were not here, so this filling, the one that I made is brown sugar, white sugar, orange, vanilla, cardamom, and 77% dark chocolate, because I like dark chocolate.
Does this one want the butter mixed in directly? I will check.
Here, can you hand me the recipe? I'll read it and tell you what it says.
Hey, Wonky, how you doing?
It says yes. So either it gives instructions for either one. So you could literally just do the
Ah, damn it.
Brush it with butter.
Is unstable again? Hang on, let me check.
So you can mix it all together, or you can brush the butter on and then
Okay.
yeah.
see.
Yeah, we're making cinnamon rolls.
Okay, the mod view is just lying, or it's just still displaying the old info because we're not dropping any frames right
I'm not quite sure how to pronounce your username.
So it's no one you know spelled backwards, but because Joe started
Oh.
calling him wonky, I can't not see it as wonky anymore.
That's what I saw it as, and I was like, I need explanation.
Yeah,
but
I blame Joe, but yeah.
Yeah, so we're making cinnamon rolls.
Okay.
Well, cinnamon rolls, lemon ginger buns, and dark chocolate orange cardamom buns.
Yes, we're making many things,
Yes.
but all based on the same
Dough.
dough base.
Because it's a very versatile dough.
Oh, right, I hate this one. This box is like just too small for a
Spoon to go into?
yeah, well, for a tablespoon to go into. 'Cause
Oh, that's poor engineering on their
Yeah.
part. That is
Ooh,
poor
packaging
engineering.
engineers.
That was a terrible decision. You should have found like the most standard size tablespoon, or compared it that multiple types of tablespoons could go in there.
I feel like most tablespoons are the same size.
I mean, it's also
It's a
generic
tablespoon, but
packaging,
yeah.
so-
But even still, like, y'all could have done better and you didn't.
Yay, packaging engineers.
I judge you. Most underrated baking spice? I love cardamom, so that's
Yeah, but I feel
my
like-
least favorite. That's my most favorite underrated baking spice.
See, I feel like the thing with cardamom is that it's only unused in the States. Like,
Yeah, everyone else uses it.
I wouldn't even say everyone else, but I know that the British and it's a relatively popular Indian spice, I believe.
Oh yeah, it's in like everything. I quite like cardamom. Star anise is nice.
So I think we should just go with the butter as like the brush on, since the other two of them want brushed on butter.
Mine does not, so that should be
Yeah,
easy
but the other
enough.
two do.
Yeah.
Most overrated baking spice?
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
No, pumpkin pie spice. All the mixes together to make pumpkin pie spice.
I feel like that's not overrated. That's just people like shitting on it.
I also hate pumpkin pie, so sue me.
Yeah. I love pumpkin pie, but yeah.
I can't get around it, which is funny because I actually like pumpkin and savory applications. Because I make like a pumpkin curry.
One of these days, did you see the Alton pumpkin pie made in a pumpkin?
No,
Yeah,
what is this nonsense? I want to get in on that.
That's one where I'm like, ooh, that's actually an interesting one. I might want to do that.
The what?
The pumpkin pie in a pumpkin.
Ooh, another good underrated one that you can use in savory dishes is nutmeg.
Yeah.
Nutmeg can.
Nutmeg is one of those weird ones where it's like, it's underrated because it's underutilized.
Yeah.
And some people overutilize it.
What do you think? Over and underrated spices for baking? Overrated?
I don't know.
Literally checking the spice drawer. That seems like cheating.
Something fine for something like a vegetable stew, but less ideal for baking.
That is our hour.
There's a YouTuber who I've seen her make a chicken and a watermelon. It's the weirdest thing.
That sounds odd.
I think her name is Annie.
And kinda gross.
Yeah, it's like the consistency of a boiled chicken,
So,
which is sad.
Cuddle Fishman, the thing about them is the cooking vessel is that it's not inconsistent heating, because you should be roasting it.
Trash can chickies?
Ugh.
Are you talking like you use a metal trash can, like a clean metal trash can as a cooking vessel? I can see that.
But like with cooking in a gourd, the idea is usually that you want something that you're going to roast and you're going to do it very slowly. So pumpkin pie is a great example because you're going to be doing it very slowly because
Low
it's a
and
custard.
slow.
So ideally you want it as low temperature as you can manage it that will still curdle, well, set the eggs.
Yeah.
You don't want them to curdle.
No one wants to
That
eat
won't
scrambled eggs in
curdle.
a pie shell.
Yeah, especially with random bits of pumpkin kernel.
That just sounds so appealing.
Yes, very.
Trash can chickies. I'm gonna have to look up what a trash can chicken is.
I want to say just concerns?
I'm
Like,
curious
I've heard
now.
of beer can chicken, and it still seems odd, but not bad to me.
Oh, it's literally just like it's a kind of a roasting vessel. So a metal trash can, coated with aluminum foil, used as a reflect over fire while chicken hangs down on a chain through it. Okay, so yeah, it's like a rotisserie,
Huh. Okay.
but just very contained.
What was the bake time?
I'm assuming like 375. It's gonna be on that first. No, back of. Yeah, it's on that page.
You'd think so. There it is.
What is it?
350.
Okay. Oh, a little lower than I thought. Huh. Interesting. I've had beer can chicken before, but never trash can chicken.
Yeah, that seems like you would have trouble marketing it if nothing else.
It could just be like inventive. You're just getting real inventive with what you've got.
I guess. Do you want to start doing yours?
Yeah.
While I melt butter for the other two?
Could maybe, yeah, I guess you could do a small turkey in it. But I'm also, this year, so this past Thanksgiving, what I did is I dry brined the turkey that I made with my brothers, and then instead of roasting it whole, I broke it into parts. Which, honestly, led for a way more even cook.
That's fair.
Everything, like, roasted way more evenly.
I'm going to end up eating this entire stupid chorizo thing. It's so good. But I also know I don't have to share. Because this household does not deal well with spicy. It's spicy. But it's that, like, slow burn spicy, like Chipotle.
Okay.
Or like a Chipotle pepper, not the restaurant. I could not words there for
That's
a second.
okay. So what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to keep this as relatively rectangular as possible, because it'll be easier to roll up the more rectangular you keep it, because it'll be more even to work with.
Alright, I'm going to try and find my funny bone.
Ouch. Come on. All the way out, please. Thank you. You good?
Yep, just need a second. Oh.
Well, Kappa's having a rough time over here. I'm going to continue rolling my dough.
I was experiencing pain. Ugh. Yep, I just wanted to go find our glass baking dish. You want to parchment it or do you want to spray it?
I think both.
Hang on, I think Haley just voiced an opinion.
Did she say both?
What?
I thought you voiced an opinion for what I was doing.
Are you talking about the baking dish?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Good lord.
Goodness.
No.
Things are just jumping out today.
I'm not having a good day.
Okay, I think this should be thin enough. Yeah, not too thin.
It just slipped out of my hand.
Oh. Just things are jumping out.
And I guess you missed the bit where I hit my funny bone and it was
Yeah.
painful and loud, I thought.
No, I heard that.
Okay. No, I knew you did. I didn't know you did.
I heard it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this should be thin enough for.
Okay.
Okay, so what I've done is I have rolled out my piece of dough into a rectangle. It's maybe 18 by 12.
You know what we should have done to be responsible? Roll it out on the giant fucking butcher block so we could cut it easily.
True.
But, oh well.
We'll live. We'll just be
Yeah.
very gentle so we don't mess up the counters.
I'll see if I can find a, like, metal bed scraper instead of the plastic one. Oh, right. We need an egg wash for sealing.
Mm-hmm.
This is not the most important part of doing cinnamon rolls, but it does tend to
Help.
be easy to forget. You need to do some kind of egg wash. Well, you need some sort of glue to hold the whole thing together. And the best edible glues are all made out of protein, so egg, a little bit of water, whisk, and you have yourself an egg wash.
So the kind of the fun thing about the stage that I'm at right now with my dough and just spreading the filling on, you could actually go a couple different ways with this. That would be really fun. So right now I just have the rectangle all spread out with the delightful chocolate filling. So things that I could do from here is roll it up and then just cut rounds off of it for the bun. I could also roll it, make it into a nice roll, slice the roll lengthwise, twist it, and then put it in a loaf pan, which is kind of babka-y, which is like an Eastern European breakfast bread. It's delicious. I could also fold it over, cut it into strips, and then tie knots, so it's more like the Swedish kardemummebuller, which is like a cardamom knot. So there's just lots of different things you can do from here.
For the sake of sanity, though, I think we're just doing rolls.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, just because we've been talking about like the versatility of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Though for some of those, you'd probably want to roll it thinner than we've got.
Yeah, because I'm going pretty like, I don't know, maybe 1/4 of an inch thick.
Yeah, about.
If I was doing the other things, I would probably go like an 1/8.
Yeah.
Full on 1/8. So I'm just rolling it up pretty nice and tight.
Okay. Just keep wanting to make sure that things aren't broken. Oh my goodness, it's Dovin. Dovin, how are you doing, man?
Bud? That's just a little messy, so we'll just...
wait, you didn't.
I'm just gonna
I
pinch
made
it.
you this nice old egg wash.
I know, I'd already spread the
Yeah.
up to filling to the edge.
Oh, this is gonna be fun to cut.
Yeah, so let me... Alright. So just go quickly with this.
Or I could just not be able to find any of our good, like, bench scrapers, so...
Hands.
Here, use the less... The knife that shouldn't be able to really damage the counter. Don't do this!
Do not try this at home,
Yeah.
even though we're trying this at Kath and
Home.
Haley's home. Alright.
Hey, Dovin, how are you doing? How would this hold up if you took the dough and fried it? If you were gonna do the,
I would freeze it first, or get it really cold.
I would say, yeah, this holds up really well if you freeze it and then just sort of like set it aside. I'll bring it closer. Or not. The issue with frying, at least with this filling, is that this filling has butter, which has water in it, and you do not want something with water going into hot oil.
No.
This dough itself, you could probably do some interesting things fry-wise, but...
I would actually, if you were going to fry this, I would batter it. I would chill it down so it's really firm, and then I would, like, bread it, or, like, batter it
Yeah.
before frying it.
But yeah. Yeah, it's the thing with a lot of fried stuff is you really want it to be made specifically to be fried.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely one of those things that just goes weird otherwise. Doing well, finally a bit of breathing room. Work has been somehow even more hectic.
How?
Everything that I've heard from Dovin sounds like the past few months. Oh no.
I know, they're too close. I'm going to shift them.
No. It's not that they're too close. It was that I was thinking we do everything together.
Oh, wow. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's
Well, in theory,
pack
this was
this in
supposed
sections.
to. In theory, this was supposed to only make like 8. So clearly, all of our counts were wrong.
Yeah, I was looking at it,
Yeah,
I
we're
was
gonna have
like,
to do more than one.
4 cups of flour? That seems like an awful lot for only 8.
I guess it's 8 of the like massive cinnamon rolls.
8 of the, like, Cinnabon ones that
Yeah.
are just, like,
The other ones are in the
Too
other,
much.
It's in the other drawer, Haley.
What other one?
Oh, what are you looking for?
Oh, and you're cutting this really thick.
I'm cutting them small because I have a feeling these
Yeah.
ones are going to pop up quite a bit. Plus, I tend to go for, like, smaller cinnamon rolls just because
Yeah.
you want to actually be able to finish your cinnamon roll without feeling like you're going to lose your cinnamon roll.
That's a good read.
Because, you know, sometimes you get, like, super excited about your pastry. It's like, yum, this is delicious. And then all of a sudden it's like,
You get halfway through.
This
and
is
you're
too
like,
much.
I have made a terrible mistake.
I have miscalculated greatly.
Well, besides gestures wildly at the current state of the world, I think we're all doing pretty good, Dovin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a new job, so I am happy.
I don't actually have any sort of new development, but...
So let's shift these just a touch so they have a little more room. So I managed to fit like
when you get halfway through the roll and it
17.
stops being a roll. That did not actually happen here.
No, I was also being very gentle with them.
The issue that Miriam ran into, which I'm sorry we can't show you, but there's no camera here, and honestly right now we can't swap over to that camera anyway, is that her filling was just a bit over, so it expanded outwards.
So it's a little messy. I think I probably could have fringed that filling just a little bit. Who knew how the chocolate was gonna cool down?
Yep.
We're living dangerous.
And now we just have more chocolate filling still.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like I said, it's like spread it very thinly on toast.
Actually, do we want to proof this a little bit, or do we just want to go through it?
Let's prove it for like 20, 25 minutes.
So basically long enough to do the other two.
Yep.
Okay. Well, then...
Hands are clean. Let me wipe off the counter.
Okay, I will prep another thing.
Wipe down where I was working. But yeah, I think a little proof on those should be fine. You want egg wash anything? How do you feel about egg washing just for sheen?
I don't do it for cinnamon rolls and such.
Okay.
Just
Sharp
like they,
coming
I don't
through?
feel like they need a sheen.
Sharp.
I definitely want the more, I don't know, for lack of a better way of putting it, matte finish
That's the word I would use.
on cinnamon rolls.
Yeah. Lots of chocolate filling. This should be particularly tasty.
Yeah. The lid just does not want to stay on.
That icing is too much given the length of my mustache. Do we need to have a facial hair competition right now with Odinson if Odinson's still hanging out? Yeah. Because Odinson has a...
Odinson has like a terrifying, like...
Oh, it's beautiful!
Yeah, terrifying, but... A beautiful but terrifying. There we go. I can't words today.
Yeah.
Beard.
Simply lovely.
I'm trying to do this the smart way this time, so I'm going to do the rest of them on the good board.
Instead of what I did is dive right in.
I just didn't think about it until you'd already started.
Yeah. The mic?
Scooch my foolish fuzzball idiot boys.
They're such cute idiot boys.
They are, but they're so dumb. They're just so dumb. Okay. Oops.
Cool.
I'm gonna do the one that looks like pooped up the most.
Yum. These are gonna be so delightful.
Oh, yes.
Just like there's dough, but there's just enough chocolate. So,
Here, can you cover the, yeah.
so my thought is with making any sort of like a morning bun, your ratio is important. You don't want to have too much filling.
You also definitely don't want too little, so you just end up with
Dough.
the dough. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll cover it for now. Just a little proofy proof.
Thank you. Sorry, I was trying to close that and didn't realize what was going on.
Cool. Switching.
Awe-inspiring. Yes, that is a very good word for it.
Yes.
It's a good word for Odinson's beard.
That described.
Yup.
Oh, the rage bubbles in my stomach. I was like, but that's a very good way to
That
like.
is exactly what it is. That is exactly it.
So. I didn't want to make it a whole big thing on screen, but I just wanted to show you because I was like,
The rage is real.
Hang on, I feel like I missed a bunch of stuff here.
Okay. You roll, I'll read.
Okay.
Okay. Egg wash, let's see. Going back up again. Egg wash the outside layer of a cinnamon roll. Yep. Just the side. Awe-inspiring, yep.
See, the side part I feel like is important.
Just so people can see the dough.
I wish
Oh, yeah, that would be
my beard would grow so long I could braid it.
Is it not long enough for that?
I could probably braid your beard.
I feel like, from what I've seen of your beard, it's definitely long enough to braid it.
Because last time I saw pictures of it, it was like, here.
I think so, yeah.
I could totally put braids in that. Easily. They would be like, you could do like, excuse me, instead of one big braid, you could do smaller braids. And then you could get, like little beard ornaments. I don't mean like Christmas ornaments, like
I know what you mean.
the like Viking style runic,
Yeah, like
silver things that slip over the braids. Oh my god, you would be majestic.
As fuck.
So majestic. Now all we need is some metal and like a good stiff like sea breeze. That would work.
Well, I'm pretty sure Odinson could supply the metal.
Yeah.
And he lives nearer to an ocean than we do, I think.
Exactly! Like, all that, like, East Coast rocky goodness. It'd be beautiful. Sorry, if that got weird, I apologize.
Look, if that got weird, this channel's just weird to begin with, honestly.
Yeah, that's fair. I was like, it was a tame kind of weird.
I forgot I need to... Oh, it's so sad Sarah Jane's not here right now, because this conversation was entirely her fault. I forgot to tell you about the dumbest conversation we had the last time I played Valorant until 2 a.m. in the fucking morning.
Okay, so what happened?
Somehow, the entire chat, started by Sarah Jane, which is why it's her fault, ended up trying to figure out what... So, they would take magic creature abilities and figure out what sex toy they would belong to. Yeah, it was profoundly weird.
Oh, that's excellent! Oh my goodness. I like that. That's silly.
It went on for 2 hours.
Y'all had a lot to talk about then.
Oh yeah, because they kept coming up with new creature abilities to go like, oh, we haven't come up with one for this one yet.
Yeah, cuttlefish. Wait, how does banding stack up on...
Banding is also another creature type ability.
Oh.
I don't know, because banding's weird, and honestly no one understands how the fuck banding works. Anyone who tells you they understand is either a judge or lying to you.
I bet Aleph Cat. That would have been like a very strange one to wake up to.
Yeah, that again, that was the stream that went long enough that Aleph Cat woke up and joined the stream.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. It was a very long and weird stream.
Well, they'd be lying to you because they don't want to seem like they don't know.
Yeah.
It's that silly
Or
thing that-
because they're playing banding and don't want you to figure out that they have no idea what the hell they're doing either.
It's the silliest. I always think that's so silly. Is if you don't know, say it. That way you avoid more embarrassment when it comes out that you don't know.
You're assuming that they're not doing maliciously, which is my assumption.
Oh.
I just assume that
See,
people are...
that literally is our personality differences right there. Where I'm like, it's like, oh,
Well, it's the same thing that I get whenever I see someone playing, like, someone who I don't know playing non-English cards. It's just like, you're just hoping to mess with someone who doesn't know exactly what these cards do.
Mm-hmm.
So
melted butter right now is going down.
So I'm doing melted butter on the base so that the filling will stick a bit better. I'm leaving a bit up here
For the egg
untouched
wash.
so that I can egg wash and roll it properly.
Yeah.
Let's do the lemon cinnamon one first.
Does this one have any pineapple? Did you put any
No, I
pineapple in
didn't.
this one?
Nope.
Okay, cool.
It's just lemon zest and cinnamon
Oh, good.
and ginger.
This is unsalted butter.
No,
Or
it's
no,
not. It's salted butter.
I was gonna say because Haley buys salted
Haley
butter.
does not believe in unsalted butter.
No, I don't believe in unsalted butter.
Yep.
I'm gonna be honest, I kind of agree with her, but it's
Yeah.
a silly thing, so I occasionally fight it.
It's mostly just, you're gonna put salt in anyway. It's such a minimal fucking amount of salt. I'd rather just have my butter be salted so I can use it for everything.
Oh, I just use my butter for anything, anyways.
Well, I just mean, like, if I want to put...
Like if you want to have table butter, kind
Yeah.
of thing, where you whip it and add stuff.
Or even, like, when I have butter that I just put on, like, a crusty loaf, I want that to be salted.
See,
Because-
and I guess my look on that is that I agree with you, but at the same time, I don't think it's salted enough, so I always add salt anyway.
Oh, I also always add salt.
So that's why
But
I'm just
I
like,
don't
it doesn't
have to put
matter.
that much more salt on.
Sorry, I disappeared for a second mentally because I realized with the fresh herbs that I have in my garden, I can make beautiful table butter.
You can do that with any fresh herbs.
But I'm growing them, so I don't have to spend a fortune in fresh herbs.
Yeah, 'cause
Oh my
herbs are
goodness.
expensive.
Like fresh herbs are not cheap.
Which is stupid.
I was just thinking about that. I was like, I have basil in my garden and thyme, and they would be delicious.
Actually, I can probably do a little bit more up here than I
But
did.
yeah, so I just believe in only salted butter.
Yeah. It took me a second. I was like, oh, normally it's unsalted, but this is the Rogers household.
Yes.
And if Haley is buying the butter, it's gonna be salted.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
salted.
Yeah.
I just-
Though Haley level up trick. When butter is on sale, buy multiple blocks and freeze them.
Yep.
I usually go to Costco and buy my butter, and then I keep, that's 4 pounds at a time, and I keep the rest of the other ones in the freezer, so
Ooh,
I'm all about butter frozen.
Cuttlefish is throwing down the good questions.
What?
Okay. Which fresh herb from the garden? So I've got a bunch of different herbs in my garden. I'm probably gonna do basil, thyme. I'm not gonna do rosemary just because it's not a nice texture. 'Cause
I came
Yeah.
from my mother, who my mother hates that it's
Yeah.
people basically put
It's pine. It's pine needles.
Yeah, my
with a little
mom's like,
oomph.
why do people put pine needles in their food? That's gross.
But
I
so
don't want to eat pine sap.
So, which fresh herb from the garden is most different from the store and is most different from the dried form? Cuttlefish is asking the hard-hitting questions.
Yeah.
Bravo.
I don't actually have a good answer for that one.
Bravo.
Store and
Basil. Basil is honestly one of the first ones that comes to mind because the oils are that much more available when it's fresh.
The thing is also to remember though that there's a bunch of different kinds of basil and it does matter.
Yeah.
Like there's sweet basil, Thai basil, and I guess technically purple basil.
I would say also thyme,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
because when you buy thyme at the store, you only buy so much.
Yeah.
And if you have thyme in the garden, it will be much easier to harvest.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
thyme goes batty in the garden. It's actually better to keep it in a pot. Like same thing with mint.
Yeah, mint is
Yeah.
bad. Oh god.
Mint.
I don't
goes
know how
crazy.
that catnip died. Like the fact that it didn't take over that front
I
garden.
killed it! I done killed it!
Like
See, this is why I can't grow things.
Haley went out and got catnip, which is a mint,
Yep.
relative,
Yep.
and
Planted it and then murdered it.
it just like it didn't expand. I was a little afraid that it was going to take over our front garden, and it just
Weird.
didn't.
Okay.
This is why I don't do the gardening.
Um,
Murder succulents and mint.
Okay, you murdered the succulent because you never gave it water.
I would say I actually
You
don't.
literally never cared for it.
I don't like mint toothpaste. As for your opinion, the opinions of going on right now. I use it because that's the most easily
Depends
available.
on the mint toothpaste.
Yeah.
Because I use a fluoride toothpaste and it's a subtle, very subtle, and almost sweet mint,
Okay,
as
so
opposed to like a
mint oil, mint oil, mint oil.
Yeah.
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 I have a feeling if you use the stuff that I use, you would.
I would change my mind. Okay.
Because it's a very subtle mint.
I use it because it's toothpaste and therefore for my mouth health,
Yeah.
but I don't like it.
I like it more than cinnamon toothpaste, so.
Ugh.
Yeah, I don't understand that one.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
We've always.
Go. No, I do not want gochujang toothpaste.
Oh,
No, that's not fresh breath. That's like vinegary and pickly, and mind you, I like those things and like
But
acidic
not
and
as a
hot.
breath freshener.
But no, I would much rather do like citrus or like lavender.
I don't think they can really do a good citrus.
I've
Toothpaste.
had orange like fluoride rinses before,
I have two, and I can't think of any one of them that I would say that was pleasant.
but versus like the really strong mint.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
like the mint is not better, but it's
Okay, lemon toothpaste would be lovely. I'd be so down for that. Lemony fresh breath, like if you do a lemon and like
yeah. But the problem is the toothpastes are innately basic, and
Lush does a lemon toothpaste. Are they like the toothy tabs?
It might be the powder.
Because I know they have the tabs and the powder.
Yeah, it might be the powder.
Ew, root beer flavored
Ooh.
fluoride washes.
Oh no, that's gross.
Oh.
nope.
I mean, I like root beer because root beer's it's got a nice flavor, but it's inherently medicinal in flavor.
I don't think it is, but I understand
Yeah.
that feeling. I don't know. Root beer does not taste medicinal to me, but
I don't know. To me, it's a little medicinal. I like root
I think it
beer.
depends on the kind of root beer, I guess.
Yeah.
Like certain ones I can agree taste medicinal-y,
Mhm.
but most don't. to
Like
me.
the really
Would you
old
like me to
fashioned
cover
ones.
this with plastic?
Yes, please, or just one of you.
I think at the moment, since I'm in the corner, it's like
For effectiveness of how this kitchen works.
yeah. Love
Miriam?
actual fresh. Yes.
Will you reach in the freezer and find the coldest?
Yes.
Basically dig down, because the top two are pretty recent.
Yeah, baby, there's another one. I knew there was one more in there.
Mm-hmm.
Because I brought mine home from work.
Nice.
Because I keep two in the walk-in freezer so they get fucking cold and it's
Nice. Actual beer, birch beer, but that's
Also a PS, I have chronic migraines, so that's not a fashion statement as much as it looks like one.
It can be both.
But it's not a fashion statement when it starts dripping water on you.
Yes.
But anyways, this is an ice pack. That's what I'm wearing. because I know it inspires questions in people.
I guess at this point I'm so
You're
used
so
to
used to
I'm
it.
Yeah.
used to it. I was like, oh yeah, which one do you need?
Yeah, and everybody at work is used to it now too.
Mm-hmm.
They
Well,
stop
that's
asking
like-
the weird questions after.
Yeah.
If
Like a
it
month or
keeps
so.
you functional versus incapacitated,
Yeah. Well, and it's
or
just
more
it's
incapacitated.
mostly the people in the labs that, like, I mostly just get like sad eyes when people see me with it on
Because it's like,
because they know what it means.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, speaking of labs, new A lab person. He is so nerdy. It's
He
wonderful.
seems like such an awkward nub.
I love it though. He's so nice.
I'm sure, but it was just like he seems like such an awkward nub.
A little bit. But
In
he's
like
nice.
a good way, but just an awkward nub kind of way.
I also
But then again-
realized like B lab is very different than A lab, just people wise.
Okay.
We have just like some very like funky people.
I mean, all the labs are very individual.
Yeah. Like if you grouped like the jocks would be X Mill.
Absolutely.
The jocks are an X Mill.
Yeah. So we have 3 labs at work. We have the experimental milling lab, we have the analytical lab, and the bake lab.
Mm-hmm.
And so each of them kind of have a different function. But yeah, the people who like personalities tend to congregate in the same labs.
Yes.
Ooh, can you make sure that the cable is plugged in on the side? Right here.
It is not.
Like, it doesn't actually go all the way in. That's why it's
Okay.
a pain in the ass.
There we go.
But yeah, so different people congregate in different labs just kind of very naturally.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, each lab is...
I've only been there about 3 weeks now, and I'm like, oh yeah, I totally see the personalities in the labs.
Yeah.
Like, we'd be what would we be in B lab? We'd be the drama kid stoner types? That's the only way I can think of it.
I mean, that is a good group for you to fit into, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like a little geek, some drama, and a little
Yeah.
bit of
Yeah. That's like the best description that I can think of. Because A lab is definitely...
reminds me of like my AP classes.
Yeah.
They're just that crowd. Well, and mind you, my AP classes were very different. Like, the same crowd ran in all of them.
Using bergamot though, people either love it or hate it though. For what you're talking about. We're talking
Yeah.
about bergamot toothpaste.
Ooh.
Like for
Not sure
some
I-
people, it would be delightful. For other people, they would hate it
Some
with all
people
their
be
heart.
like, all day, every day, and some people be like, fuck you.
Never again. It's
Why
like,
would you
you
suggest
use
me
this? I will never speak to you again.
Yeah. Because I quite like bergamot, but I'm an Earl Grey girl.
I have no strong opinions on it, one way or another.
Yeah, I am deeply in love with Earl Grey tea.
Okay, so
my
I'm gonna
favorite.
probably need another...
Giant pan.
Well, I only have... We've gone through...
You could do it in muffin tins, theoretically,
We could, but I already sprayed this one, so let's start with this.
and then put the rest in a muffin tin.
I guess that's what we're doing, yeah.
We're checking out uncharted territories. We're going where no one has gone before.
No sane
not
person at
really.
the very least.
Smell this. Or if you smell
I can't smell through my mask. Hang on.
Ooh, this filling is just like escaping.
It's gentle.
Yeah. That's what I mean by it's a gentle mint.
It really is.
It's not a punch you in the face mint.
I thought of a word pun.
Uh-huh.
Gentleman. Gentleman.
Boo. Boo.
It would be a much better written pun, I feel like.
Probably.
Than a verbal pun.
No, I mean, like, I see where you're going with it. I'm just booing because it's a pun.
Because that's what Steven does with them.
Yeah.
I'm just required to at this
Whereas
point.
I'm just like, what is the... I can picture it in my head as a pun. And it amuses me greatly.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
Thank you.
the middle here is just like releasing its filling immediately. So I'm probably gonna put this back on top of it, sort of.
Sprinkle it streusel style.
Yeah.
Whew, these are going to be delicious. Yeah, I think if I had fridged my filling, it would have gone a little better, but
Maybe.
it's fine. The problem is, it's a very intense flavor,
Yeah.
so a little is going to go a long way. Yeah, streusel style. So, you know, like topping things with streusel, a mixture of butter, flour, sugar, and oats to form a lovely crumble topping.
Not always oats, but yeah.
I don't know. I tend to like oats in my streusel, or like.
Yeah, it's the stuff that you would find on like top of a coffee cake is streusel, or on some muffins.
Or apple pies.
These are almost assuredly going to explode out.
Oh,
know
have
that,
you
right?
you've never had streusel before? Streusel topping? So what happens is when you mix everything together, it goes really crumbly and buttery.
It's also the topping for some apple pies.
Yeah, I think I said that.
Blueberry pies as well, too, actually.
Yeah.
Muffins as well.
Mhm.
I said, yeah, we said the muffins.
It's nice.
Yeah, Cosmo's taking up his official post.
Are you just keep an eye on everything?
No, he's keeping his butt warm.
That too.
That's also an option.
It's both.
Yeah, it's kind of like a crumble mixture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a name for a very specific crumble mixture.
Yeah, butter, flour, brown sugar, salt, oats.
I happen to quite like mine with oats because I like the texture, and it gives a really good like chew.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it melts away too easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it to have body.
That's exactly it. It's the body of it.
If you want to throw
Yeah.
the first two in.
Just thinking that it should be just about time to get started with these.
Yeah, I think their bake time was recommended to be about 40 minutes, but that might be less since we've made them much smaller. We'll have to see.
We'll start with like 25 and see how that goes.
Okay. Now comes the part where we have to clean the kitchen. But yeah, how's everyone doing? I can't actually see viewer numbers. That's weird. Where's that hiding from me? Curse you, mod mode! I can never find fucking anything on this mode. Screw all of you boys.
Oh,
Hey Siri, set a 40-minute timer.
that works too. I thought we were going with 25 minutes.
Yeah, but this way we'll notice it.
Okay.
Or I can keep checking it. Actually, yeah, I guess. Hey Siri, set a 25-minute timer. 25 minutes. Yes.
So the other day, I went into work to pick some samples up so I could taste.
Did she hear me? Oh, fuck. No, I said 25, you poor biscuit.
You were saying, dear?
Yes, sorry, Haley. I was just fighting with Siri.
It's fine. I just didn't want to add another verbal sound in there to confuse her.
Get out.
And I went to Lollipop, and Lollipop is definitely not hurting for business.
Good.
Which made me happy, because I was like, I know Lollipop. So good.
I haven't been in a while.
Yeah.
Because, I feel like it must have been at least 6 or 7 months ago that I went last.
Yeah. I mean, it was I literally I called to put the order in, but it was basically like, yeah, I should have just gone and put it in Norma. Because they didn't want to start it before I got there in case I was really late.
So it wouldn't end up all sad.
Yeah.
The place we're talking about is a boba shop.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
They do my favorite kind of boba, which is no boba.
But
and-
still giving you the same tea.
Yes. But I like what they call snow bubbles. So it's basically a slush, but creamy. That's my jam.
I like fruit flavored boba. Do you remember that day we went that they didn't have any of the fruit flavors that I wanted? Like, I was like, oh, let's go with cherry to match my dress.
Sorry,
Oh, we don't have that. Do you have grapefruit? No.
Also out.
Lemon? Don't have that. I think I went through like 4 or 5 different flavors.
Yeah, I think it was like 4. Yeah, yesterday, or the other day, I was like, ooh, I'm gonna have my normal jam, which is usually pear. And they were like, no pear, and I was like, oh, I'm sad now.
What did you get?
Cherry.
Yay, apparently having white chocolate.
Hmm?
I don't know, I feel like that would have been another high pick one, but
White chocolate?
that was the one that Haley got for me.
Ooh, yum. Genmaicha? I don't know that word. Genmaicha? What is that?
I believe it's another Korean thing, but I don't remember its thing.
Cuttlefish, what is that? I'm very curious.
I also don't know how to pronounce it.
I don't either.
But I feel like it's-
roasted rice tea. That sounds cozy.
Huh, okay, cool. Yeah, that sounds interesting.
It sounds very cozy.
It sounds sort of like a more cooked version of, like horchata.
I'm thinking like toasty, warm, malty. Yeah, I can see that. But it still sounds really tasty. So Cuttlefish said that it's historically a poverty tea as it actually cuts the amount of tea in it
Okay.
because you're using the roasted rice.
Yeah, makes sense.
But it sounds really cozy though.
I'm gonna level with you. A lot of traditionally poverty foods are very good comfort foods.
They're also quite good for you.
They're either good comfort foods or good for you. There's
I'd
very
say
little
both.
overlap between those two.
Pickled vegetables.
I do not see. To me, when I say comfort food, I almost always mean something that is like
starchy, potatoey, cheesy.
I'm not even like potatoey, but yeah, usually starchy and fatty.
Gefilte fish is kind of good for you. It's also kind of a weird texture. I'm usually only able to eat it once or twice a year during Passover because I'm not a huge gefilte fish fan. It's so weird. It's like pickled. God, how would I describe it? It's pickled carp, but it's like you made a force meat of it and then pickled the quenelles of the fish force meat.
Yeah, that's no.
It's strange. It's very much a Russian Jewish food or an Eastern European Jewish food. It's not my jam.
No, it doesn't sound like it.
No.
And being somebody who already doesn't like seafood sounds even less like my
I
jam.
know,
I
right?
do like seafood, and it's still just like no for me.
Sorry, yeah.
Oh god, King Super's had crab legs on sale when I was there this morning. I was like, oh.
Crab? Did you say crab legs or crab?
Crab legs.
Oh, then my interest disappears.
Yeah. It's just like no one in this house is gonna be happy if I bring home crab legs, so I won't do it, but I want to.
Half. I don't think Taylor would.
Fair.
Yeah, see, that's just like. Ooh. See, that's the texture that I think would spread so much better. See, look at that.
Just too warm, I guess? Yeah.
If you choose to make this again, you have this all ready to go.
It's apparently a good thing being made in quality than the.
Nope, none of this is for you.
Oh, good gefilte. Okay.
I've only had canned gefilte or jarred gefilte fish, so I don't have a good wealth of experience.
I do think the battery in this is just dying.
It might be.
Let's see.
Or it might just be it dying. It's hard to tell, honestly.
Oh yeah, the Manischewitz stuff is kind. Honestly, watching it float in the jar is kind of gross.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not already really off put by it.
It's the same conversation. Gefilte fish.
Okay.
Because usually you buy it in a jar,
Oh, okay.
in like a liquid. It's not great. Zoidberg is most definitely not kosher.
Yeah, but that's just because Zoidberg is at least kind of people.
He's also a crustacean, so also not kosher. So a mixture of things.
I feel like the being a person part would be the first important hurdle, though.
Yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, but also for the obvious, like,
Yes.
crustacean-y. Alex is my boyfriend, who I live with, quite likes seafood, but since I don't eat it, he doesn't get to eat it very often.
Same.
Yep.
Since, honestly, if the two of you went out and had, like, seafood somewhere, I think you'd both be quite happy.
Probably.
Get your lobster roll on.
You shoot. I can't think of any place nearby that does a good lobster roll, or does a lobster roll, actually.
Yeah, no.
Good lord, if a place near here did good lobster rolls, I would eat lunch there pretty much every day if I could help it.
You and Alex both. Very much like lobster rolls, all the lobster rolls. So when he came to visit me when I was living in Boston, he was like, "You have to. Those look so nice."
They do. I'm just gonna rotate them so I can throw these two.
Oh, those are lovely. These are gonna be very, very good. Yeah, sentience really isn't the kosher issue. It's more like what kind of
I know, but I feel like it would be
I'm
an
reading
issue.
Cuttlefish's note.
I get that, but I also just feel like it would be an issue.
Well, yeah, we don't endorse cannibalism or anything like that.
Real quick. Just because I'm having more of these, so I need to add them.
Do you want these in the fridge?
Yeah.
Since they've been skinned? That's not a nice way to describe them.
Zested?
Skinned.
I know, that's what I was saying, zest.
Yeah, vested versus calling them skinned. They've been skinned.
Where's my pocket? There is my pocket. We're all standing in the way.
That's
Lobster
their job.
supply might be a little bit off this year. This. Ah, yeah.
What's up?
No, Cuttlefish is talking about the lobster crop this year.
Is that ready to run?
Yeah.
I can do it.
Oh, I got it, darn. What about the lobster crop this year?
Processing facilities are kind of having issues with COVID, so kind of the same thing that everything's having.
Yeah.
Do you want another one?
I'm just flipping this one.
Okay. Do you want me to bury the ones that are in there under other stuff to get
It's-
them colder?
Not gonna really help.
Okay.
So.
Fair enough.
Thanks though.
Yeah, because that's lobster is well, once it used to be a poor man's food, it's not seen as
One of the
an
first
at-home food.
labor union disputes was servants in Maine saying that they couldn't be made to eat it more than 5 times a week.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
I mean, eating anything 5 times a week would be disappointing.
Mm-hmm. God, now I just really want a lobster roll.
Apologies.
I don't think you're actually sorry.
I am in that I introduced a craving to you that is not easily satisfiable, but I don't get the appeal. But even still, having a craving introduced and it's like, that sounds really, really good, and then not being able to have it at the moment
I
is...
just realized there's like a front tie on this and then the other tie. And I just accidentally undid the front tie.
Well, the front one's like decorative.
Yes, that's why I feel bad about undoing it. Because I can't do a decorative tie well.
So funny, when I FaceTimed my mom and I was showing her, she's like, oh, you're not tying the bow right.
Well, I was trying to untie it to take it off. Thank you, love. Sorry, I'm dumb.
Yeah, it's like it's a giant sea bug.
Yeah,
Like an ocean
delicious.
cockroach. Which is not a nice way to describe people's foods that they enjoy. So I will not describe it as.
That's why I don't want them to come in here.
Yeah, the crunch is just not a thing that I'm into.
The crunch?
Oh, Cuttlefish is describing lobster as ocean bugs
Yeah. Like,
and crunchy.
but they're not crunchy. That's the entire point.
You don't
Is
eat
that
the
the
crunch.
inside is very it's the same as the way that I generally try and think of it is like most of the meats that we eat are made of these like long protein fibers, and it's just that. But what if the protein fibers were generally longer but also larger, so they were more visible? So it's just I can see you have the texture of the individual meat fibers, I guess, for lack of a better way of putting it. And I enjoy it for some reason. I'm gonna take a quick run to the bathroom.
Can't say I've ever had a chocolate covered ant before.
I've heard that they're solid, but
I've had,
good.
I've had grasshopper meal banana bread. It's weird, but it's not terrible. It's a little bit bitter. Yeah, it's kind of interesting how bug eating is becoming more common, and how people are seeing bugs as an acceptable alternative protein source. It's kind of cool. A couple of the YouTube channels that I follow that are sciencey have done like cooking videos on it, or they'll talk to professionals in the industry who are cooking with insects, and it's really cool. I just think it's an interesting concept. I just don't know. I'm curious how well it'll catch on depending on how it's processed. Yeah! Oh god, I love. Yep. Yeah. Gosh, I've been watching her for, oh goodness, probably 8 years now? Something like that. I really like her videos. Yeah, so I've never actually had whole bugs before. I've only had meal prepared from it. But I could see how legs getting stuck in your teeth might be an issue. Yeah. Ooh, bloody, these are looking beautiful. Yeah. I feel like that would be the name for some sort of punk album. Legs stuck in your teeth. You walked in at a weird time, honey.
Oh, I've been listening.
Just so Aleph Cat was talking about eating grasshoppers and the exoskeleton.
Yes.
Yeah, where I was thinking eating, because I've had grasshopper meal before and things, but I feel like the legs would get caught most of all, in your back teeth.
Yeah, no thanks.
It's, oh gosh, going somewhere, it's oh, excuse me, I think you have a bit of leg in your teeth.
Yeah. I know a lot of the world does it, it's just...
Yeah, it's so funny, because, we don't, but there's so much of the world that does eat bugs.
I mean, great protein source.
It really is a cheap protein source, too.
Yeah, and they're... all of it.
Also, the farming of such would be...
Yeah. Their conversion rate's really easy.
Yeah. Look at how pretty they are. Yeah, buddy.
They're doing good things.
Yeah. Wall fruit? What's wall fruit? I feel like I'm not getting a reference. What is wall fruit, Aleph Cat? I don't know. Oh, snails. I've had snails before. I had them in culinary school. In labs, because I was curious what escargot was going to taste like, so I tried it. It's fine. Not something I was
Texturally, I'm not a fan.
But I also don't, when I've tried calamari, I didn't like calamari for the chew. It's like eating something kind of rubbery.
Yeah.
Anything drowned in garlic butter is usually delightful.
So I had escargot.
Did you ever try the frog legs in Arisa's class?
I've had them before.
They're definitely interesting.
They're an interesting thing,
Yeah. We're talking about weird food.
I heard the.
We're talking about bugs. Aleph Cat referred to
I heard
snails
most of
as
it. I just didn't hear the literally whatever was being
Frog
said.
legs.
wall fruit.
No, just the frog
Oh,
legs.
yeah.
Aleph Cat's been on about wall fruit for the past week or so.
I mean, light, delicately simmered in garlic butter. I would assume that they're nice, but not overcooking them.
Anything
At
that
least
delicate is.
That's
you
kind of
overcook it.
I guess that was the impression that I got when I ate them, is they could be very easily overcooked.
Yeah, I think the calamari comparison is actually a pretty good one. Okay, I was just trying to scoot it somewhere.
Or the rings, not the tentacles, because the rings tend to overcook.
The rings are easier to overcook.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, we have 8-ish minutes.
I've
Honestly,
been
I think
keeping an eye on them. They're looking good.
yours already smell pretty good, not sound.
I know, they smell so good.
Yeah, I think that means they might be done sooner than the other ones.
I
But we'll
think
see.
they need to brown just a little bit more.
Okay, I'm just worried about the filling burning.
I think it's doing okay right now with all the extra butter that got added to it, but I know what you mean. But I think maybe the end of the 25 minutes will do the
Okay.
trick.
We got 8 minutes left on that.
They do
Oh.
smell quite nice though. But yeah, multiple fillings, same dough.
You would like to come up.
His nails are very sharp.
Well, push him over.
He really doesn't want to.
Come here,
He
Cosmo.
wants to be a land bridge, a puppy land
I
bridge.
think it's not that he wants to be a land bridge, it's that he's concerned about moving his back feet.
Not for you, little boy. Best squid in a fishing village in Portugal, or watch it go from the
Come here,
boat to the...
Cosmo.
Well, any Aleph cat, anything like that, that level of fresh is magical.
Yeah.
Anything like that is magical. Ugh. Like fresh fish is delicious.
He's very sad.
I'm just surrounded now.
Now you know how I feel.
That was terrible.
What?
So the chat so far talking about food. Aleph Cat regaled us with a fresh caught squid, and then Cuddlefish's rebuttal. Dunno, sounds like you were a real sucker for the process. So yeah. Puns.
I searched for lobster roll for anywhere nearby, and there is one, but it's not the right kind. Because
Is
it's
it
a sushi
sushi?
roll.
Oh, okay. So not an acceptable substitute.
No. Like, it would still probably be good, but
Yeah.
it wouldn't be the same. I can't even actually get it to load. It's so much crap in your face.
He's so cute though. I'm sorry, I love his ears. He's got the cutest
He's
ears.
got very expressive ears.
He does. They're like eyebrows.
And then he also has eyebrows.
So has a
He
very
does.
expressive eyebrows, yes.
Hi, buddy. I still think you're cute too. I still think you're so cute.
Is it just because I've been having chorizos that way you don't do that?
It's like maybe.
Dog is
Coffee flavored jelly bean.
Mm.
I'm not a big jelly bean person.
I am a jelly bean person, but I don't love like the garish flavored jelly beans. I just like.
I wouldn't consider a coffee a garishly flavored jelly bean.
I just like normal jelly beans. Like there's a selection
Fruit,
of
like
like
fruity.
10 flavors.
Okay.
It's like fruity, and then the weird, vaguely mint one, and the black licorice one.
You monster.
What?
Black licorice flavored.
See, I maintain that I don't. Okay, so here's the thing with black licorice, and this puts me in a weird middle camp because I don't hate black licorice, but I also don't love it because if I'm having black licorice, I can't have anything else at the same time.
No.
So if I'm having if I'm eating a bunch of jelly beans, I will set the black licorice ones aside and go like, okay, if I'm eating these, I'm eating just them because they'll leave a horrible, weird taste in my mouth for everything besides them.
So my whole thing is I like fennel, I like anise, I don't like licorice.
That's fair.
It's weird though because they both have that like licorice-y flavor.
Such a good boy. Yeah.
I think that's actually does smell just about done now.
I think it's the same one on his neck. Should we ask the vet if
Yeah, I
there's
will.
anything we
Take
can
it.
But
He's a completely different dog. Just like when. See it. Ooh,
you look so different.
yeah. Just like the ear fold down, suddenly
It
it's
really does.
not all, or not Cosmo anymore. It's definitely not all.
Definitely not
I
all.
was gonna say
Hello, sweet boy. Yes, we were talking about you too.
an
Because you're
entire
not being
yard of
precious.
licorice. That's a lot of licorice.
That is a lot of licorice, yes.
Hmm.
Why? It's just like not loading this one.
No more staying up till 2 in the morning. That was my own fault. I accept my fault.
It happened.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I also happened to have a cup of coffee at 8 o'clock, so that was also a terrible idea.
I'm now super confused. This Japanese place delivers sake.
How does one do that?
I don't think it's legal.
Probably not that legal.
Like, unless they were somehow able to do like sealed. Oh, They're priced such that they might just be a bottle.
Silly boy.
Oh, shit, no, no. This place. Do they have...
Silly.
That's my heck.
Oh. Hi.
Sorry, I heard some sound somewhere.
Hello.
Buzzing.
Yes, all the hand kisses.
I don't know most of these, actually, but just... I really love a good warm sake. It's been a while since I had one. Like, especially if it's a warm fruit-based sake. That would, I had a pomegranate one in Burbank a few years ago.
I admit I've not had a lot of sake before. Maybe once or twice.
It's very bitter, but that is sort of offset by it generally being a thing you can just sit there and sip.
You can't do this, bud.
Oliver,
You
yeah.
can't do that.
Oliver.
I love you.
But it's usually just a drink that you sit there and sip very slowly.
It's not like you're shooting back cups, little mini cups of sake.
Yeah, I mean you can, but it always feels better to be like a sipping thing. And just like a good, because it can be, some are served warm and some are served cold. And just sort of depends. I like a good...
Bless you.
Bless you. Sorry, I was waiting for you to finish there.
Thank you.
I always like a really good warm but fruit-based one. And it looks like, I don't know the name and don't recognize some of these names, but they do have a plum sake.
Oh, I just thought of something you'd approve of. So for Mother's Day for my mom, since I forgot to send flowers or get flowers delivered in time, I instead treated her to food, to lunch one day, and sent her takeout. So I sent her Indian food because she likes Indian food, but it's not something she thinks about, like ordering for herself. I don't know, because I don't know if they have or if they have it in terms of mixed drinks. So when we were talking about delivering sake, Cuttlefish asked if they adjusted the alcohol delivery laws in your jurisdiction.
I don't... Our alcohol delivery laws have generally been, like, pretty lax. It's just that...
It's not like we're Pennsylvania or anything.
Yeah, like, also the timer's about to go off.
Yep.
Like 10 seconds.
I can smell them.
Yeah, our laws for alcohol delivery are actually pretty relaxed. It's just that you still can't travel with an open container.
What do you think? I think these could go for a little longer.
Yeah, I think they can go for a little longer. Maybe, like, rotate the top ones down to the bottom. Do you want the F? Okay, never mind. Your dog has just decided this is where he is now.
Yep. Since you can't sit in front of the oven.
I feel like it's just a safer spot for him here. I always get afraid when he's sitting in front of the oven and just like something, I don't know what will happen. Hey Siri, set a 10-minute timer.
Right back.
Okay. Where did you put those cream soda ones?
I just put them in the cabinet.
Okay.
Do you want me to put a couple in the fridge?
No, I'm just gonna have one right now. I don't need them to be cold.
Hindsight, it also makes a cute half apron.
It's a great half apron.
It's very, like, I might simply buy the most ridiculous fabric I can just to make a skirt like this again. Because I like the tears.
I can see that.
I know, it's a little too, like, extra. I saw that look. It's a little extra, but it's fun. I also happen to quite like the, like, poofs.
Yes. It's extra, but it's a very Miriam kind of extra.
Exactly. Like if I did it with two contrasting floral prints.
Yep.
Yeah, that's very Miriam. So now I can actually see chat. No, I'm sorry, Cosmo. I walked away. I'm so sorry. Uh-oh. Did it okay. I thought it borked again. It might have, but not permanently. Shit.
Just a teeny bit of orange.
We'll see. No, I think it's actually borked. Shoot. Damn it. Yeah, so our connection's just fucking broken again. So, I'm sorry. There's a good chance that no one can actually hear this, but just in case, I'm sorry, y'all. It's just broken. So... They're out, but I'm gonna have to call it here. Because there's nothing else I can do. So, I'm sorry, but we will see you again soon. I'm gonna throw you over to Joe Kim, but I'll do that from the other thing, so see you there. Okay, sorry about that. Sorry about fucking everything. I don't know what's wrong. There should not be anything wrong, but something is clearly wrong. Which means I have to call my fucking ISP again, which means they're gonna do nothing. But, thank you so very much. This stream has been brought to you by Aleph-Cat, Lord Inkdeath, Trimmer101, and Dracus. Thank you for supporting the stream on Patreon. You can also find it down at all the places below. We are going to be throwing over to, like I said, the wonderful human being that is Joe Kim. Yeah, that's what I got, y'all. See you soon. Let me make sure that... There we go. Yes, I know they're intended for... Oh my god. I can't... Hang on. Oh my god. There we go. Okay, now I can see the raid, so now I can fire you off. Sorry, folks, but... Yeah. Bye. I swear, if it fixes itself now, I'm gonna lose my mind.